Yes, so run. Yeah, this one's running. Bro, yours doesn't look like it's running. You got it there? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's connected. Oh, that's yours. No, it's not even connected, man. Is it running? Yeah, this one's running, but yeah, they were just setting this one up again. Yeah, we should be good. We should be good. Are they going to match today? The Baconites. Essentially, let me check. Central. It's Central. Yeah, we're running. We're running. All right, Carl, hello. Yeah, out. Double honest to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Honest to you brothers out there in the highways, byways, teaching the word in sincerity and truth. Where the Israelites come out here, man, to proclaim the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, the Son of the Most High. And his return is nigh. So for the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native American Indians, right now it's all about repentance. Repenting before the great judgment comes. Because we're right at that point, man, where all hell's getting ready to break loose. Babylon's ready to go out in confusion. And I'm sure you see Babylon is in confusion. These in Babylon, man, the average American don't know whether they're up or down. Here it is, you got right wingers, don't tread on me, bootlicking for the government and against the Second Amendment. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that you would have had right wingers talking against the Second Amendment? They're confused. America's completely a place of utter confusion. Up is down, down is up. They got a social media president posting out monkey pics, man. Everyone's going wild. One big reality TV show, man. Meanwhile, it's getting ready to be turned into a desert, which we're going to get in the scripture. Serious judgment is going to come to that place. It started 147. Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47 from the top. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. That's talking about America. America has been the chief of the nations. You know, the nation that the bad boy on top with the biggest gun that can threaten the nations, belittle the other nations. All right, true. That's true. That's America, the powerhouse. But the scripture says they're gonna come and sit in the dust, meaning they're gonna be taken from that lofty seat that they possess, and it's all happening right now. Right, the more they act like they're the king, the less they're becoming the king. Their time is almost up. Now. Well, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt be no more be for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Ooh, that the greatness and the luxury of America is going to go out in fire and blood, because the Lord is going to turn America into a unsightly place, a grotesque place, right? A desert of fire and blood, spooky looking, ghost town. Can I grab something real quick? Yeah. So Revelation 18 and 21. And the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. No more. There ain't gonna be nothing left of America. America's gonna be turned into that glass parking lot they like to joke about. And that's a serious judgment. And that's no joke, because 3,000 square miles, man, from LA all the way over to New York, man. It's a big place, a lot of cities in America, all right? A lot of infrastructure. It's all going to go up in smoke with the Grammys and Hollywood and all of that, man. Jay-Z record, everything. NBA, everything. Super Bowl. Right now, that long ass fucking, I can't even watch that shit. Shit's just long, man. It's going to just nuke it. Verse 2 in Isaiah 47. They're even confused about that, man. I'm talking about soccer. Soccer. The whole world is calling it football. What's wrong with this guy? Soccer. Semi-final. This is semi-final, bro. Semi-final. These people are confused. They got a game that You spend most of the time with the ball in your hand. Yeah. And then they call it football. And then call arting soccer. It's confusing. Babylon is confused place. Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah 34 and 11. But the cormorant and the beaten shall possess it. The house also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion.
The line up, meaning you ain't going to know where you are, man. Whether you're in Kansas, you ain't going to know whether you're in Kansas or whether you're in New York, man. It's just be one big desert. It's just going to be one wasteland. Yeah? Mash up. Rock up. No infrastructure. Oh, yeah, there's a Statue of Liberty or, you know, the Golden Gate Bridge or whatever other goofy. Oh, what's that thing they got with the president? All up in the mountains. Mount Rushmore. Yeah, dash with that. Yeah, all that's gonna get dash with. Right? The Grand Canyon, dash with. Everything broke up and mashed up. Yeah?
And the stones of emptiness.
Stones of emptiness, man. You know, real estate. Ain't gonna be no real estate, man. It's gonna be unreal. Unreal estate. It's gonna look unreal. Trust me. The Lord's about to do great judgment in that place, man. Man's talking about the golden era. All right, good luck with that. Stay on, but
Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and family through her witchcraft.
Yeah, that place is for America. It's just one big bag of Satanism. Satanism on the highest level, witchcraft, lies, deceit. That's why the people are so confused.
That's why they got the Epstein thing done.
Yeah.
It's just bare witchcraft.
It's just deceit, and they can't even tell the truth about that.
Yeah.
Look at what they're doing. Remember, the people releasing the Epstein files are the people that's doing it. Right? They tease men along and say, okay, we're gonna release it, then we're not gonna release it. Then we're gonna release it, then we're not gonna release it. Then we're gonna release it. Then they had something where, oh no, it's finally being released, and they got a bunch of influencers, and they come running out. This is insane. They come running out with folders, yeah. We got the Epstein files. Then it came out. It's bare redacted, yeah. And it's like then my man saying it's a democratic hoax.
Yeah.
Right. It's confusion. So it's real. It's not real. It's a hoax. It's real. Then they feed you this bit. Then they don't feed you that bit. It's all confusion. Then they come out and say, "Oh, there's nothing in there that we could investigate on or persecute." It's just a talking point. At this point, it's just a talking point. Meanwhile, all of that elite level activity is still going on.
Yeah. There's other Epsteins as well, man.
He was a nobody. He wasn't no top dog. This stuff's still going on at a high level. This ain't nothing new. You got the Mark Pro case in Europe, man. This thing ain't nothing new. This is actually happening. So where's the CIA and the FBI finding all these elite pedophiles? They can't find them. You don't know, like where you can't. But they'll find you though. They got everything bugged, but they can't find no elite pedophiles. They don't exist unless they're dead. Then they'll find them, innit? Like it's Jimmy Savile. He said,
should have known. They can find tweets online.
Oh, we just had no idea. Did you know? No one knew. Jimmy Savile, nobody knew.
Yeah.
Fair police reports, but no one knew. No idea. But I thought it was creepy though. Get the hell out of here.
Whereas we've been covering shit for a long time.
Oh,
Like, didn't do this, man. And like, we knew about these things already. And yet these men don't know.
bro, the whole thing about it's not even like the occultism is hidden. It's not hidden. This information, the signs, symbologies, all these things are available for the public to see. So if you utilize that, then you will see that the whole infrastructure of America is based upon witchcraft. The whole governmental infrastructure, all the big corporations, flipping Silicon Valley, forefathers were all Masons. Washington D.C. was Masonic ritual to plant the cornerstone of Washington. They was wearing all the guns. The whole thing is witchcraft, man.
4 years of doing inauguration. Yeah, inauguration means putting place of the demons. The guy didn't put his swear on the Bible.
The music industry, is so openly demonic now. The Grammys, all the award ceremonies are just turn. All you got to do is turn the sound off and watch it. It's like, yo, this shit is demonic. everyone's rocking the one eye. The man can't take a picture without hiding the eye. You know?
Trying. Yeah, exactly. Why does everyone do that one eye?
It's,
Yeah.
come on, it's out in the open now. Everyone should know, but because it's so confused and demoralized, really, it's normalizing the mind.
Can I get something quick? Yeah. It's from Revelation 18, verse. I'm start from 10. Points in the 13, right? So standing afar off for the field of her torment, saying, "Alas, alas, that great
You
sea."
know what? I'm gonna do that. Read up a bit. We're just gonna expose Babylon. What? Babylon. This is America. So those gonna go to 18. Yeah.
It's Revelation 18, verse 3. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her." And that's why so many people have been implicated with American darkness, the wickedness going on there. Even though these enemies, like the Xi Jinpings of the world, the Putin, they're all linked. They're all in these things together, man. They're all doing, dabbling in the same wickedness. Right? It says, the merchants.
Yeah, so like they're all puppets, sold by the same puppet master. That's it. All bought and paid for by the same lobbyists. The fact is, now everyone knows that the Jays, and matter of fact, the Jay small hats, they actually do own the fucking world. I mean, they actually run this world. Because they own all these fucking leaders. Who goes back to them at the end of the day? So when Kanye was saying that, even though we were saying that years before he came out,
They own Kanye.
they own Kanye.
But Kanye's another one. Comes out, has a little moment, then he goes back into his box.
Yeah. Every time he goes off the mark, goes off the the rock, they just MP Ultra him again.
Remember, he was the original MAGA. Original Black MAGA.
He was doing what Nicki Minaj was doing.
And then now they got Nicki doing the same thing. So all these men, you can't trust them. They'll come out and say shit. They're controlled opposition. Can't trust Kanye.
Back in 18, verse 3, it says, "And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies."
Yeah, America became a major consumer in the earth. What was it, by the 70s? We're looking at around the 70s, where America's at one time after World War II, America was a major producer.
Yeah.
That's how they made their peace. Then they flipped the script and became a consumer. So now they've outsourced the production to the rest of the world. They got the money and the credit line running. So now they can just buy shit. The consumerism is just off the chart.
And they became the world reserve currency.
Yeah. So now they're just consuming. To make money, get a factory, put some slaves in that factory, and then just any bullshit. It could be any dumb shit. It could be a back scratcher. Man, have got so much stuff. Only in America you got such a thing known as a boot sale. The man's got so much shit to sell some of this shit. He ain't going nowhere else, and the man's got all that stuff. Just 20,000 tons of toys for the kids, like just random appliances, just bare random shit, man. What's that guy name? Gary, what's his name? You know the guy that he goes to these boot sales and he buys stuff and resells them on eBay. He got rich off it. Gary something. I know you know the guy. You'll go in and buy a man's Pokemon, buy something, and then it's actually worth like $50 grand or something. So you put it up on eBay. Yeah, you could do that in America because the consumerism is off the chart, and they've allowed people to be able to, through credit, live above their means just to feed the consumerism. So that's how you got people, certain people that's living in these third world countries that are rich because they own the production over the slaves to produce these cheap goods, like the billionaires in China. You got billionaires in India, Nigeria, all these different places that they can make money by selling their goods into America. It's the biggest market. If you get just 1% of the trainer market in America, you're fucking rich as hell. Just 1%. It's a massive market. But man are gonna not just have one trainer, they're gonna have fucking a room. Just a random American got like a whole closet full of trainers. You go other places in the world, man have got one trainer, man. They got to roll with it. So they can hold out and they get another.
They've got a couple of the same type of
Yeah, different colors. Yeah, different colors. They got color schemes. Yeah, that's because of the consumerism, man. That's not a normal thing. That doesn't happen everywhere in the world, but it happens in America. But those good times are about to come to an end.
Well, Trump said you're gonna have like one toy, one ball.
No more cheap goods.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I grab that real quick?
Yeah, go on.
Baba Kashar says, Second Ezra's 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Good times, man.
Yeah, the cheap goods.
Yeah. Says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
And so things just continuously getting worse. And Trump's not forecasting nothing great for you. He's telling you, oh, you're going to be richer than ever, all this bullshit. But oh, what's happening? The dollar's dying.
Yeah.
The jobs is dying. The economy's dying. Right? There's only sadness.
And the police state, well, corporations are growing. Ain't that funny? The corporations are still getting bigger and bigger, but the people are dying. The small businesses, they're dying because everything's seceding. You know what I'm talking about. They started dying from them. And all these tariffs really affect small businesses more than they affect big businesses. Because Amazon can absorb them tariffs like it's nothing. Whereas if you're a small business, that's your profit margin gone. So you don't either have to shut your business down or sell to Amazon. That's why man's talking about the stock market. You look at the stock market, it's only a few companies in America that's driving the stock prices up. There's a few tech companies.
The Fortune 500s and that. You think there's just 500 companies in America? There's thousands.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands. They might ain't doing it so well.
And even in there, I think it's like 10 of them.
Yeah.
There's only about 10 of them that's actually doing good.
It's doing good, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, go on.
It's of Isaiah 24, from 12. 11. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mouth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction.
That's what's about to happen. That's going to happen when America enters into prime chaos. That's when all the party ends, all of the going out on a Friday night. Now it's survivalist mode. You know what I mean, man? And that's actually going to happen. Chaos and confusion. That's coming.
Yeah, back in Revelation 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plague.
You got to separate yourself now spiritually from America. See, a lot of our people, they're invested in America. These Afro-Anglos. That's why they're always crying about, oh, we built America. Bro, because really what they want is to be acknowledged in America and to be accepted and incorporated. That's why these niggas will get up there and start teardrops coming out their eye when they hear the national anthem. Their teardrops falling. When Americans always passing the tissue over. Because we got this Stockholm syndrome. No, man, really, in the spirit, you gotta come up out of that, because as a patriot, you shouldn't be patriotic for the
Place of our
for the organization, because these men will never accept you anyway. We see that, we know that. They'll accept you when it benefits them, but as soon as it don't, he's not really British. That's why us, man, we understand it's better to be an Israelite. Our patriotism goes back to our forefathers, not to no Britain. Because the first thing you know, these men are shoving it back in your face anyway. Oh, you're not really British, are you? You know what I'm saying? British.
Man come on boats, the tribe of Benjamin.
Now they're talking about re-immigration, they want to kick men out and all that stuff. No. And then you got a lot of Benjamites here in the UK, they're obsessed with Britain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, money, yeah, I'm British now and all this stuff. Bro, come out of her, man, in general sense everywhere, but especially in America. Because if you join yourself spiritually onto America, which is what you do when you want to vote, for this politician and vote for that, you're giving yourself and your spirit over to America. Then you're co-signing all the bullshit.
But they trust in Egypt. They trust in Egypt, right? And that's going to be confusion.
And there ain't no good, by the way, just to let you know, there ain't no good guys.
We've seen things.
There ain't no good guys. And here it is, you got Nicki Minaj talking about Jesus. Nicki Minaj talking about Jesus and how evil Jay-Z and these guys are. I'm like, God damn, this bitch is in the same. And people were like, yeah, because they're so used to this idea that there has to be a good guy and a bad guy. But the reality is there are no good guys. They're all Satanists and they're all evil. So whether you're on the left or the right, it doesn't matter. The left is wicked and evil, and the right is wicked and evil. There ain't no good guys in this thing. So the minute you latch yourself onto one or the other, you've already been demoralized. You've chosen Satan. What do they call it? Choosing the lesser of two evils. But if you choose the lesser of two evils, you're choosing evil. The Bible says choose the good. So that's why we don't invest yourself in America. Don't invest yourself spiritually in it, man. Disconnect. We use this word, but not abusing it, man.
So this is the book of Deuteronomy, the 17th chapter, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, if the Lord Yahweh thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shall thou set as king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee who is not thy brother.
Now, Jake's simple, right? Because we like these leaders that come out of us, right? The Martin Luther Kings and all these things, right? So we believe these men for us, or so-called black people, right? The whole black thing is a misnomer, right? Because we were meant to be about Israel. No one's, fighting the cause of Israel, for us. You know what I'm saying?
Our cause in America. No, our cause isn't to have a share of America. Like you guys want to get reparations so they can spend the money in America.
Yeah, you need more money back.
Yeah, like, no, man. Our thing is supposed to be about the gospel. Our thing is supposed to be about the kingdom of heaven, not America. But what they've done is they've made America, in their minds, America is the kingdom of heaven. And what they're upset about is they want to share of that. So we don't want to shoot, just like right here. I'll tell you straight, we don't want to share with Britain, man. You can have that. The judgment is coming for this. It's Christ. Judgment is coming. We want a piece of what the Lord has for us in the kingdom.
So we can have.
We want to see them bacon and putting flags up in there. What are you doing? Shagging flags? They call them flags. But and that shows you these Edomites are low IQ that they actually think putting a flag on the pole means it's going to change. It's going to change something, man. You know what I'm saying? You might have to put in a dress on a dog. It don't mean nothing, man. Dog ain't going to cook you dinner, but you're like, what are we doing here, man? These guys are morons, and that's why I just stay away from Edom. Don't even engage with Edomites. But they're too low IQ to even converse with. I wouldn't even get that guy trying to talk to them. I wouldn't even talk to him. I said, bro, I'm like, yeah, put the flag up. I hope. We want our country back. You never had your country, Keon. The country belongs to the elites. You ain't never been owned nothing in England, really. Couldn't even get his wife back. His wife left him. Talking about your country. You ain't even got your wife. Talking about you think all that, right?
Yeah,
we drove through their state. Their own security. Yeah, their own hip rap. They're doing their own thing.
They're supposed to be great.
Yeah. Yeah, but and only they got their own ambulance as well. Yeah. Bro.
Yeah. If you're not aristocracy, you're not old money. You're just a peon. All that patriotism is for you. Oh, I'm a patriot. Oh, okay, whatever. Just go to work and pay your taxes.
Isaiah 31 verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek they the Lord Yahweh.
Right, the Lord is our solution for all our problems, not Esau. Esau was never going to be. Esau's only purpose is to destroy us as a people. He's a demon, man. But that's what Esau's whole thing is, to subvert and to cast us down from our excellence. He wasn't set up to edify us as a people. You ain't worked that out yet. It's 2026 now. There ain't nothing Esau's going to do that's going to help you to rise. The Ephesians, the 4th chapter, shows you that the ministry is what's set up to edify the saints, to perfect the saints. And that's what it's all about. Building ourselves up spiritually first, and then infrastructure and all that will come later when we're given possession of the land. Without Esau being involved, and without his permission, because we don't need these sort of things.
Yeah. Also, yeah,
Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, every one into his own country.
So, America's incurable. Right, that's why it's just going to go out in a silent way. Just like every other empire. When you nuke something, they're not coming back.
They ain't not coming back. When you get hit with them nukes, man, what you gonna do? You just have to just pull the plug on that. Yo, get out of here. It's cool. We're just gonna go home, man. Babylon is cooked, man. The destruction of the Lord is gonna bring on Babylon. There's not gonna be no stone standing. There's not even gonna be a foundation to build them. Wasteland, and rightfully so. And we're seeing it every day. Why that's a righteous and just judgment, because it's just wicked, man. It's wicked from head to toe, and they're exporting the wickedness. Because people watch American media, they watch American people, and they're exporting all of their problems to everywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, like here in the UK, man, I don't know about you, brothers, but there was never no beef between light-skinned niggas and dark skinned.
Oh, that is the most American shit.
That's some American shit. Now, people will watch all that American shit, and then they'll bring that shit over here. Like, oh, whoa. That's never been a thing. Never in my life has it been there. Like, you're not really black. Like, what? All that stupid arguments, your man versus woman beef, keep that shit over there, man. But guess what? A lot of men are on TikTok, they're on YouTube, and American media and American stuff dominates. So now you bring them social issues, like niggas bringing shit from Miami to London. Leave that shit in Miami, man. We don't need all that shit. We don't have problems like that, man. Ain't no guy ever got a problem. This is ridiculous. All that shit sounds crazy. Gal asking you for cash app to go out. Keep that shit over there, man. We can't relate, man. Yeah, we can't relate to all that stuff, man. Just go Nando's,
It's a tiny island, bro. You need to fly for the fish and come with a train. It's your fault, bro.
That's it.
Yeah, but if you're watching nothing but all that Americanism, you start living, you start talking, and you see I watch programs in South Africa, and you see how some of these people are acting. You're like, hold on, why are you acting like that? Because they're watching all these Americans, man, and they import that toxic fucking culture over there, man.
Yeah.
That's why America's gonna be destroyed, man.
Because it's
Just one verse. Jeremiah 51, verse 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken over wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah, they export America through their media is able to export a lot of wickedness, a lot of toxicity to the rest of the world.
those who say Netflix, man. Netflix is when you look at the founder of Netflix, he's the nephew of Edward Bernays. And when you look into Edward Bernays, he's a cousin or something like that of what was that devil, man?
Kinsey.
No, it wasn't Kinsey. It was Frederick, whatever. Basically, he was one of them psychologists, innit? They call it Freud. Sigmund Freud and that. And when you look into them man were just all about subversion, making people do certain things. So then, like the elders going into, you'll be watching certain things in South Africa, and you're like, wait there, what the hell is this? But it's like with that whole Netflix machine, which has never made a profit, by the way. But why is it propped up? Right, it's propped up because what the purpose of platforms like that is to export Western ideals to those countries, and you'll be watching something, and there'll just be a little thing in there, and you're like, wait, where's that from? It's a weapon.
That's why China, they're up on the game, so they make sure that they say, listen, if you're going to bring that movie over here, you cut that out, cut that out, cut that out.
Yeah.
So they actually is a difference between the movie or the series when it shows in China than when you watch it here in the UK or you watch it in America. Because the Chinese are like, no, you ain't bringing that subversion over here.
They banned shows with feminine men, man. They can't bring that shit.
Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, to put us thy bottles to him, and make us drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Yeah. So a lot of this subculture is not organic. It's a culture, and it's a youth culture.
Cover this
Because it's the youth that adopt it. But teenagers are very they're susceptible to being changed. Now, obviously, so, you know, us man, we're big man. So when we see some foolishness, we're like, yo, man, can't run with that. But a little youth, that's teenager, that's barely been conscious for they soak it all up, and then that's how they're able to change things through youth culture. So like when MTV came out, they didn't target MTV to the people that's already like 50, but they're set in their ways. They targeted the youth. So these youth cultures are how they are able to degrade the moral and degrade society, and it's done on purpose, man.
That's why they're always kind of disconnecting, you know, the young from the older generation. Yeah. The parents, it's a state of really raising the children. So they set the curriculum, right?
Yep. And even the children's program, if you watch a lot of these, because everyone grows up watching Nick Jr. and all that shit, and you look at the dynamics of the families, they always have it where the parents aren't cool, and you really shouldn't even be listening to them.
one second.
And they reinforce that a teenager's supposed to be rebellious. But where did you get that from? So this is it's almost like enabling. So when as a child watches that, you think that as a teenager you're supposed to be rebellious. But that's not true. That's just an archetype that they're pushed out there through the media. And obviously when you watch that, you now copy it in your life and you're like, well, this is how I'm supposed to be. So that's another reason why America's trying to destroy it.
Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from.
Right, it's the confusion. There it is. That man would tell you, yeah, that stealing is wrong, and then make a Fast and Furious movie, man. That's basically about stealing cars. That's why they call Babylon confusion, because they're giving you mixed messages. On one hand, they'll say drugs is wrong, but on the other hand, they'll promote being a drug dealer is wrong. But yeah, what's Snowfall or what the other thing? Yeah, this what do his program or power. Drug dealers are the protagonists. So then as a child, you got mixed messages. On one hand, you're saying it's wrong, but on the other hand, it's cool. And it's showing it to you. You know? Don't make video games where you're a mass murderer. You're going around shooting and killing people, man. But then that's wrong. Don't do it in real life. But no, the society's not supposed to give their children a mixed message. It's either right or it's wrong. And the media is what they used to do that. But they chipped away at what you're able to show in your morals.
I was going to say, the old school parties on YouTube, and even in the parties, the old school ones like called Brazen Star, all that, you have the messages telling you how to behave. Say, don't do this, don't do that, that's wrong. You say at the end of the party, they don't do that no more. No, they don't put that the moral code out there. Everything's just be wicked, you know, Sabrina the Teenage Witch type of shit. Satan's here for monarchy time. Do as thou wilt. Yeah, do as thou wilt. The good witch. Yeah, the good witch.
What the fuck you mean the good witch?
But then these youngsters are really under the experience, though. You know what I'm saying?
That new movie they got out with the odds.
Yeah,
that next bit. We're going in like to say that's righteous.
Yeah. And in that film, when you watch out, because I watched it, man. The actual premise of the whole film in the end was the brand was telling him he come from America. The Wizard of Oz came from America. So he brought the lies and propaganda to us. Yeah. So the whole thing is him just spreading lies and propaganda. And then the blonde-haired bitch knew it was lies, but she just went along with it. And then the black bitch, which was really, she was good, but she was getting she was getting propagandized against. She decided to kill herself, stage her death, to keep the lie going. So the whole thing was, keep the lie going, because it would be better to keep the lie going and let him leave than just tell the truth and show that it was all. The whole point is you're supposed to stand for the truth. The truth is, no matter what, you tell the truth. No, in this,
the point is you shouldn't do nothing with lies in the first place.
But in this, they've literally built, in the end, the happy ending in this film is they're building the new society. And everyone still believes all the lies that we're told. They don't know it was all lies. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is insane.
This is Psalms 94:16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Hey, the Most High. He's the only one that's going to take these devils down. We ain't got the power, man.
Yeah.
Because if we had the power, man, we go right now and find all these man and sort them out properly.
No, because it's real. Like people right now are seeing all these things, all these high power people doing unspeakable things, right? And then people, well, really, what are you gonna do? Like, what are these people gonna do?
Who's gonna arrest
Yeah.
them? Listen, the whole power structure is wicked. The wicked people are the ones you're relying on to do the right thing, and that's what most people can't understand, but we understand. That's why the scripture says we look for a new heaven and a new earth where dwelleth righteousness, because there ain't no righteousness here. But you watch the movies. Oh yeah, there's this guy, there's a good guy trying to stop all the bad guys. No, there's none. The FBI, wicked. CIA, wicked.
James Bond.
James Bond, wicked. There's no such thing as no counter conspiracy.
It doesn't even matter if he just plays it.
There ain't no good guys, man. They're all wicked. They're all in on the same thing. There ain't no good billionaire. Oh, that billionaire, Elon. Yeah, they try to do the whole Elon versus Zuckerberg thing. Is that bro? Come on, man.
True.
Like they're relatable. Fuck off, man.
They're demons, man. All of them. They're just Satan. They ain't no good guys. None of them are good. Right? Oh, where was we? Sorry, Revelation 18.
Yeah, back in Revelation 18. Verse 5, right? We'll read 4 again. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquity. Reward her, even as she rewarded you."
Yeah, man, these Edomites, man. America's always been a place of iniquity and wickedness, man. They've never made it right. Because they don't have to. What's that? Someone get the book of Sirach, the 5th chapter, from the 1st verse. The reason why Esau ain't never gonna make it right is because he don't have to. He don't want to. He don't want to. Like, he's winning, and as far as he's concerned, that's it. You gotta force Esau. Esau's a criminal. Criminals don't tend to don't punish themselves. So he stole the land from the Native American Indians. He ain't never gonna make that right. Why would he?
Esau only restricts power.
Exactly. So if you don't have the power to force him, you ain't never gonna have justice, because he's not gonna give you justice just out of the kindness of his heart. Esau don't believe it.
And that's why one of his whole things is to keep you underpowered, right? To take power from others, so you can't rise up and do nothing against him. You know, that's why he's always underhanding other nations all the damn fucking time, man.
But he's the
So they can't build.
He's the world police. He's the guy that's supposed to be maintaining what's it called? Order. When he wants to take something, just don't take it. And if he wants to do a token gesture, he will do that token gesture. And that's all it will be. It will be a token gesture. Listen, accept. Oh, we put you in slavery? Hey, have a card. That's what it was.
Black history.
That's literally what it was. If you go and look up the history of the carnival in London, it was like, what should we do? Let them have a carnival. Let them dance, like, you know? It's like,
Because to have them dance is better than to go wild and attack, man. You know?
how is that a proper recompense for what you did?
But just like all these entertainment things are, it's just bread and circus. It's to keep you distracted, keep your mind off the pain that you're really going through on a day-to-day basis. Oh yeah, carnival. It's nice with shit.
Like, that's your part. That's your legacy. To recognize your legacy. Like, all right, cool.
That's your achievement.
Black hair, black hair. Have that. And this is like, no, bro. What you need to pay goes beyond what you're willing to pay, and this is what you gotta understand. Now, the reason Esau ain't gonna pay, because when you really break it down, Esau owes everything. He owes blood that he ain't willing to pay, and he owes money, because the money he owes is everything plus more. That's why he gotta go into slavery.
But you like interest, right?
But when you steal, according to the law, you can't just give back what you stole. You gotta give back more than what you stole.
And he's still stealing.
So Esau's kind of cooked.
Yeah, I'll go one as well.
Joel 3 and 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
That's it. Yeah. These men, they're not ready to what's really going to have to happen. Even these Edomites, they're quick to run. Oh, we ended slavery. Bro, are you for real?
Like
We started.
they-
Bro, we're still in slavery. Like, what, that's like,
That's not equal. That's not equal.
man really want to pat on the back. You know? Man really want to pat on the back.
It's balanced, man.
The gaslighting is crazy.
Yeah. So someone beating you up. Look, I don't beat you up anymore. It's
No,
like,
no, no. I called you up. I called you in the ambulance.
yeah.
Like, cool, but I'm fucked up now. You know?
Dude.
Took your wallet, you know? But this man is insane.
Isaiah 14:21 prepares slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they did not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the wondrous city.
That's the ultimate solution. See, we're not going to come in and re-educate Esau and try and make it work and try and come to some partnership deal. No, the ultimate solution is Esau's going to be ripped from authority. He can't have it no more. He must not be able to speak. He must not be able to give orders and have this person do this, and he must not be able to think and manifest his thoughts, bro. It can't be done because we see what happens when Esau thinks too much.
Yep.
Everything just gets messed up. You give this man power, and man will just manifest evil in the earth. Man. So we're gonna the spirit of the Lord's gonna take that from. We got yeah. We can't give this guy authority, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is Exodus 21:16.
They had that.
And it says, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
You stole a whole group of people, man. And not only that, you messed up our minds, man. I mean, you got the scientific racism and all that stuff, man. You just messed up Jacob. Beyond, it was more than just slavery. Slavery would have been all right. You destroyed the minds of Jacob, man. You created the Negro, which is one of the most foul creatures ever been on the face of the planet. You're going to have to pay for that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pay for that, man. But you want to pretend that you don't have a hand in all of that. You do.
And it's like it's all done intentionally to destroy our identity, right? Because there's other nations going around and kind of enslave, like the Indians and that kind of stuff. But they didn't change who they were. No, you didn't change who they were. You changed who we were. Made us believe we were something we were not.
Constantly putting Jake down, constantly undermining Jake, and then now you turn around and act like we got too much. The gaslighting is real. Now they're saying, "Oh, everything." The Esau just crying. Oh, so what are you talking about, man? We ain't got no leg up, bro. What are you even talking about? DEI, and the worst thing about that DEI thing, when you actually look it up, say like a company might under the DEI, they might have to have 5% DEI. It's not even like the way they're making it look is that they were just hiring wholesale Jacob.
So the rest of the 95% could be baconite, bro.
Yeah. And then even in the DEI, remember, DEI includes white women, white veterans, transformers, disabled men. So it wasn't like Jake was just like flooding into industries, because even now, if you type in the percentage of Jake in a lot of industries, he's not there. Like, we took over the airplane industry. Like, all the pilots are black. If you're white, you can't get a job.
I had that one story of like the two black women flying planes. And that was just like,
That was it.
And they flew with it.
Yeah.
It's like it's
That's what, no, bro. That's what the reason you didn't get the job is because you're mediocre.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't get the job, because what you're finding out is that your image of your whiteness doesn't match up to who you really are. The truth about the average Edomite is you are mediocre.
Yeah.
You need DEI. You need someone to give what they call it, jobs for the lads. You've always needed jobs for the lads. So the reality is you're weak, dumb, and probably an incel on top of that.
Yeah.
So you actually need someone to get you a gal too. You need someone to kidnap a gal like Pocahontas here and give her to you, because otherwise you ain't gonna get no gal. Because you're weak. You're not that smart. You're inferior. You're not that intelligent at all. You're not. You're lying on your CV.
Yeah. So like I was gonna say, just building off of what the elder said just now, but how when Esau went to these other nations, he made. But one of the things as well that he did is he subverted Jake the image of Jake over there too. Because then, like, you go India, to be dark skinned is frowned upon. Now they put that whole thing about you got the caste system where it's basically the wider you look, the more likely you are to be rich and this and the other, and people look down on you. And that's a trend throughout the world, man, that Esau pushes.
So it's a big one. Yeah,
Mm.
the Jake's over there. It's like, how they know the word nigga?
Mm.
Real talk. They ain't there like so.
You got a lot to think for, man. You mediocre, and these are the guys that are getting angry more than anyone, because the mediocre Edomites are getting left behind in this kingdom, and they're getting angry because they see like Sterling on TV, like, getting $100 grand a week and that.
Yeah.
They see Jake in a job that earns more than them, and they're angry because, as far as they're concerned,
That's there.
no Jake should earn more money than them. But it's like, you're an idiot, though, bro. Yeah, like, you are actually an idiot. You're a moron. In your world, among your people, you're a Neanderthal. You don't deserve anything. You would have been in the mines, brother. Just picking coal. That's what you are. You're not an intellectual. You never invented anything in your life. Oh, white people invented everything. No, you ain't ever invented anything, and you never would. This is what I'm saying. You're living off propaganda, bro. Like, I got this ball scratcher. You ain't done nothing. You're unremarkable. You got no talents to speak of. You can't sing. You can't dance. You're not athletic. You're not good looking.
Yeah.
No, but it's a real reality. Like, you're not these mediocre. At least Jake could do something, man. Jake could go jump. Jake could grab a ball and dunk it or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, them Edomites are in the mining town, still wondering why they don't come to save them.
And it hurts. I understand.
Isaiah 14:16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee saved. Is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
It's a big sperm. And so you're looking at it like, oh,
That's it.
Yeah.
but because that's what the sword, the most I blessed him with violence, man.
You know how what's made it worse, yeah? The more these Edomites are able to get a camera and speak, the more they're being exposed to like actually, because most people they might think of England, yeah. This is, and if you didn't know no better, you think everyone in England is like, Hardy, you know, the perfect Queen English, you know, they got a PhD, you know what I mean, proper polished and class.
That's it.
Then they let the internet happen and TV happen, and then it's like Geordie Shore. Yeah,
That's it.
managers out here, Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
Some Edomite gal, you know, busting out drunk out of some club with a vagina hanging out, blood. It's just like, what's going on? These people could be, they're like low IQ brutes.
Yeah.
And the world is really looking at that too. It's like, well, I thought these people were these upper class angels that's walking around reading novels. You know, no, they're not. They're just drunk, running around with teeth missing, smoking meth. Yeah.
Yeah, just like what some countries, like some countries like Spain or Italy, when they see Brits come over, they call it the British disease. Man.
In Britain, there's so many these guys, the Hills of Eyes, man. And in America, it's the same. Dumb Edomite Americans. Dumb. Actually stupid. That's why the politics works on them. Goofy. Well, you wouldn't really have seen these Edomites before because they wouldn't have put them on TV. Sure. You'd only see the higher level Edomites. You think, oh, every Edomite's like that. They're all professors. No.
They're all Jude Law and them, man.
Yeah, they're all Jude Law and that. No, man, they're ugly. They think all the white men look like fucking Nicole Kidman. No, they don't. No, they don't. They look like Hargreaves.
It was Katie Hopkins.
Look at, yeah, they look like Katie Hopkins.
Accurate representation.
But you let Hollywood tell the story. You think all these men are well spoken.
That's the witchcraft.
It's the witchcraft. But now the internet is kind of exposing how dumb these people are, man. Go on.
Sirach 5 from the top. It says, set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength. Walk in thy ways of thy heart, and say not, who shall control me for my works?
That's what these elites, that's what Esau said. Who's gonna stop us? We can do what we want in the earth. Right? Mine is right. That's their ideology. Mine is right. Well, I'm glad you have that. because there's one that's mighty than you. So when Yahweh Shai comes and shows his superior might, then you should just accept it. Because that's your ideology. You can go and blow up a country, you can go and enslave people, you can go and conquer people, and do what you want in the earth because you are the superior when it comes to the gun. But then you'll turn around and say that you're non-violent. It don't make no sense. But you're the original fuck. You're the Pookie of the world. Gunboat diplomacy. Man said, I'm sending my armada to Iran and they need to make a deal. What the That's civilization.
That's the lesson. That's Esau's exact lesson. You should live by the sword. That's why you can't be nobody else but the Edomite. You know, you can't run from that.
Man literally threatened the whole country for war. That would have, and if that actually, but let's say he did fight Europe for Greenland and killed millions of people, they'll still be saying that these Edomites
Are the just?
they're the non-violent.
Just 30% of the population commits 50% of the crime. You know.
Meanwhile, they just killed millions of people.
So, because I did a video, was it yesterday? Just like how E never gets painted with that same brush. Like here it is, you got all of these Edomites that have been exposed as fiddling with children. But like when people go out on the streets, they don't look at Edomites like, ooh, they may do something to my children. Yeah, we do.
Keep the gaslighting. Keep the gaslighting because you had them packaged and grooming. Now they can ignore all the Edomites. It's them doing it all. It's like, no, bro. It's undisputed champion.
Because that's what I said in the videos. Because I was like, how was it when it was them, man? It was a Muslim grooming gangs. Why are you calling it the Edomite grooming gangs? That's the same thing. Like, it's like,
Back in the Sirach
The Christian grooming gang.
yeah.
They're real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So,
Man will bust him nuts man, in boys'
wild
mouths.
boys.
And then telling the choir boy to wash his mouth out with holy water. This is a real thing that happened. This is real. Like this is what. Bro, it's off. Man's going off like that's the crazy. Like man told man to wash his mouth out with holy water.
See.
Previous. But then, like you said, that has been swept under the rug. Like it didn't happen. Like it didn't get exposed. They didn't even send man to jail when they found out. They just moved him to another to the
where it's like the boys there.
And it wasn't just the Catholic Church too. It happened in the Church of England as well.
And these men still got bare followers. They were just like on the movie, man.
Dick Red Bull. Matt Walsh. He's a proper proud. But you see, everyone's proud till they're in a pit. It's easy to be proud, you know. That's the thing about man, isn't it? When you're in a certain position, it's easy to be proud. But I ain't never seen a proud man in a pit.
Money, you know what I mean? You know,
Well, ain't no one's gonna come and chop his damn head off. But you see, when you put man in the pit now, you're gonna see a whole different image on his face. All of a sudden, he looked bare like, oh,
Yeah, he's Catholic.
it's Catholic. Yeah, demon, man. You ain't got nothing to say about that. Was that it on 5?
Back in Sirach 5, verse 3, it says, "And say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge for pride, my pride. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering; he will in no wise let me go."
There you go. You Edomites, man. You don't understand. You got a lot coming to you for the sake of Israel, for what you did to our people. And the half has never sound like a blast up there, but the half has never been told.
What precept
Real
of
human
that?
suffering. That's what you cause, man. Generations of suffering of our people, man. You're gonna pay for it all, man. None of it's gonna be left off the ledger. None of it. Not even a little bit. Like not one Israelite's life of suffering you're not gonna pay for.
Can I grab a precept of what the brother just read? It's Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
That's what it is. They can't get brought up for it. They think they could just do their thing and carry on.
scripture also said the Lord is not mocked. Right? So you think you basically take the piece, you think you're going to get away forever, man, right into the sunset, have this new age, this new world order that you think you're going to accomplish, man. You're not going to smash all that pieces.
What makes it worse is now you're the victim. Some random nobody from Africa somewhere that weighs like flipping 8 stones there, jumps on a dinghy and comes up, who is an invader? Well, you know what an invader is? It's these devils just fiction ass. My man, imagine you get some like waste man from Africa or something. Man ain't no bad man. He ain't got no gun. He ain't got nothing. Man just wants to come here so he could buy chicken and chips here. Yeah, and probably send for his family here, and then put their kids in school to get an education. And these dickheads are outside the place calling them invaders. When you are the people who are the actual invaders. When you go places, you go there with a gun and actually start killing people. Oh, they're invaders. No, you're the one that is gaslighting. Now you're the victim. Okay.
See that video? These two Edomites going around the neighborhood, went to some place.
And they went up inside his house.
600 grand yard. Yeah, that video. And he said, can I come in? Can I come in, mate? And the man let him in. He said, look at this. And the yard said, look at this. That's what you get for it. It's like basically you're pulling man invaders, but them man just come in.
Bro, most people that are in the council black get the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Bro, and if they don't come and sit in the yard, bro.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. The words there, you fine age men. Bro, these men are not coming. They don't know army, bro. What are you talking about? It's a couple men in a dinghy. And they might just want to like.
If the invader will come into your house and take your house from you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that.
From a shake. Yeah. But you invaded my man's house with a camera. Yeah. But you better not come try to come up to my house, bro. I'm breaking your face.
Was that in London?
Nah, so they wouldn't say.
Oh, okay.
And it's the funny thing.
South Carolina.
With it there. That's why they didn't come to London under the smoke. They didn't smoke in their little areas. Because the one thing we know about you Edomites too, is you're a bunch of pussy.
Yeah.
You can only pick on people when you're got the major majority. Not really feel like that. As soon as a couple black men move into the area, all of a sudden they ain't no racist no more. You know, because these brothers used to live in an area that was like 99%.
BMP?
Yeah.
You got their seat there, bro.
And as soon as you get a couple top black men in the end, all of a sudden you can't find a racist.
Yeah, you racist. But you racist. Even a little kid was scared.
But when they go home, they're on Twitter.
Let's just sort this out now.
That's where they are. They're all on Twitter, man. Just chatting shit. All right, go on.
But so that's all part of it though. That the elites are now going to start clamping down on, because when they're saying this is it, when they're saying people under 16 can't use social media, they're saying everyone else over 16 has to verify to use social media.
Yeah.
So watch them leave from that as well, right? Because they ain't gonna be so brave when it's like, oh, who posted that?
They need safe spaces.
They need safe spaces, man. So it's beautiful what these elites have done and how they put these other Edomites in a trick bag, man. You know?
I remember one time I was at work. Yeah, Edomites, man. I got in the staff taxi, right? And then they were finishing up a conversation, but based on the conversation they was finishing up, I know exactly what they were talking about. And they were talking about, the area ain't the same no more since the black people. It's like, yeah, I know. Even when, I don't know if you noticed, when you went to work during them riots, you know them little race riots that were happening. Edomites were kind of a bit like, yeah, because you're on Twitter watching it, you agree with the bullshit they're on. But when you come to work, you can't even act like that. You get punched up at work. You're like, oh, you all right, mate? Yeah. Play the game. Hey, go on, let's go.
Back in the Revelation 18, verse 6 again, to reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup she filled to her double. How much have she glorified herself and lived deliciously? So much torment and sorrow give her.
They lived, beginning with the boomers, they lived deliciously. They were able to enjoy the greatest middle class ever seen. Jake didn't enjoy it because they put things in place so that that generation of Jake could have achieved the economic boom that the boomers did. You know, the redlining and all that stuff. But the boomers, man, the boomers were truly blessed. The boomers are still blessed. They're the ones with all the money. Like, it's the generations after that are suffering. The boomers got it all, man. They were doing their thing. And the boomers were able to enjoy the whole flying around the world. It's really with the boomers. Boomers. Even if you go on these cruise ships, there's bare boomers on there, man. Spending like 10 grand on a Caribbean cruise. They got the peas, man. So they were living deliciously, man. Steak dinner all the time and stuff. You know?
So for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God Yahweh who judgeth her.
Yeah, that military supremacy they think they have, like they're untouchable. But they're gonna get touched in the worst way. Jimmy Savile said it. I'm telling you, it's gonna be bad. America's gonna get touched up in the worst way any nation's gonna get touched up before. Bar Sodom and Gomorrah. It's gonna be completely destroyed with them their destruction.
Yeah. The kings of the earth who committed fornication have to live deliciously with her, shall bewail her.
Like these Saudis and all that. You've got certain people from different countries. They have business in America. They have export companies. I met one gal. Dad was an Arab, man. She had bad peas, man, because obviously her dad's got business in America. He imports into America and sells goods. So there's a lot of heathens from around the world who make a lot of money just importing stuff into America, man, and selling it there. That's the best market to get into. So they're getting rich off that.
That's why every man's hurt when Tom's throwing around these tariffs and that. They don't really want to just cut America off. They have to do the deal. They have to do the deal, man, because they don't want to lose that market. You know, but they have to comply. The kings of the earth will commit fornication with her and live with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Stand afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
So that proves that Babylon was going to be one of the biggest importers. Which is what America is. America for the last 20, 30, 40 years has been the #1 marketplace in the world. Yeah, but China's starting to catch up, but that's because we're at the end.
Real quick, there's using the AI, a couple of sources which are Bradford Jacobs and Visual Capital, basically financial analysis sites. Quick on skimming. The total value. The US stock market represents 49% of the 127 trillion global stock market, with a market cap of 62 trillion. By comparison, the whole EU stock market is valued at approximately 11 trillion. US tech stocks alone are more valuable than the entire European stock market. In 2024, 62 of the 100 most valuable companies in the world were from the US, while only 18 were from Europe. Economic output.
You know what? They're billion print dollars and stock. That's all funny money. Have they got anything on the hard products?
Further down, I'll just quickly go straight down. Key structural differences. US households are more invested in it comes down, but financial markets roughly said in equity funds, while European households perhaps sensitive in asset products. The EU is often considered to have a more fragmented market with 27 different tax systems, whereas the US is a more unified market with one system. Studies suggest that while the US markets are larger, European markets can be more competitive with lower industry concentration.
Get down to the hard hit products.
Let me quickly answer.
Because it's the hard products that these merchants are selling hard goods into America. Trainers, clothes, watches, cars. America's a massive market. You've got 300, even if you're selling baby clothes. You know what I'm saying? Even on the media, there's other people there, yeah. They're struggling out here, man. All right. Hey, man, there's only There's even if you're selling baby shoes, man, you become a billion. Just get a factory, make up that baby shoe somewhere in Thailand, like, and you could make a lot of money. Put them slaves in there making it up. Them sweatshops done.
Yeah.
And now you got a Lamborghini.
People just work, man. How easy to work at this? So, but work's easy to find. Find a way to do work.
The workers are cheaper in the. So then you get them people that's why the third world countries are make alike. You get the super poor, but then you do get the rich. The rich is there taking advantage of the slaves, labor, in order to produce these goods that they can sell for cheaper in the West, and then they get rich with it. And that's the agreement that's been going on. China.
Real quick, so
Even though now China's starting to trying to shift to different type of production patterns where they're not really making the cheapest goods in. Quality is coming up and they're trying to develop their economy further. But then there's other places, Thailand and Vietnam, and these places, man, with the sweatshops.
So this is from the website Statista. Quick main points. Data from Eurostat shows that the United States runs a trade deficit with the EU. This means the EU exports more physical goods to the US than it imports in return. It says Trump has repeatedly criticized this trade imbalance, often pointing to motor vehicles as an example. According to Eurostat data, in the first 3 quarters of 2025, the EU exported around 32 billion worth of motor vehicles and vehicle parts to the United States, while importing just 8.1 billion in return.
Yeah, and that pretty much the United States of America runs a trade deficit with the whole world because they export dollars and they bring in goods. And then when Trump's saying he wants to bring that to an end, he's basically saying he wants the dollar to die. Because the only way the dollar operates is by all these dollars being exported out. Because if you balance that trade, all that happens is bare dollars are going to come back to America, which causes inflation. So Trump's ready to demolish this thing. But again, it backs up what we know. That proves that Babylon the Great isn't Rome. Because the Vatican isn't buying, no one ain't dying to sell nothing in Vatican City.
Because of the merchants.
Yeah, the merchants are all trying to sell their goods to America. And even he's going to start talking about the ships. That's why America has all these, what they call it, pacts. PAX. Deep water ports. Yeah,
ports,
pacts,
yeah.
pacts. Right, so they got some on the West Coast. They got some on down south. America has a lot of them. China has a lot of them. But America has a lot of them because most of the goods in the world still travel by ship.
Yeah.
It's still the cheapest way
Okay.
to send goods.
Yeah.
Which shows the prophecy is 100% accurate.
Oh.
There's only most of it's not done by plane. Most of it's still done by plane. Things like 60% or 70% or something like that. And that's why America has all them deep water ports. The Panama Canal is really it's all about getting goods to America because most of the goods are really flowing from the rest of the world to America.
There was the boat that trapped up
Panamax.
Yeah, and the Suez Canal, and then they'll say it's like losing billions daily because of freight. That's the modern global economy.
Yeah, I've got the number, man. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Back in Revelation 18, verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over, for no man buys their merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen.
You see them niggas walking around looking like a Christmas tree. The whole idea of buying your wife a diamond ring. That's an American thing. That's an American thing. So now everyone's trying to buy diamonds. And who sells? The same people that was pushing that whole idea of diamonds or wherever and get your wife a diamond. The same people that were taking diamonds out of Africa, sending them to Amsterdam. You know who we're talking about. The point you know is what. Yeah? Right, so all that stuff that the luxury that they live in. Right? America. The boomers and that, they could buy all these luxury goods. You're not selling that shit in Nigeria, man. Not enough people can afford those type of things. Those things are those luxuries, all that jewelry goes to America. That's who's got the credit card to put down on it. Man.
and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet.
Fine linen, all the luxury brands. They sell most of that stuff in America, man. Everywhere else to get it has to get the knockoff. If you got a luxury brand, take it to America, man. So that's where the people go. They're gonna swipe that card, man. Swipe. Why don't go to pop on these people? You know what I mean? Like,
And all time wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood of brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointments, and frankincense and wine and oil, and fine flour, and wheat and beasts, and sheep and horses,
sheep, horses. Yeah.
and chariots, and slaves,
Chariots is cars and stuff, man. They import a lot of cars, man. Japanese cars, British cars. They want that European. They see it. Them man want to drive that European.
German.
That Germany. Now we don't really done. I mean, I know Ford is an American company, but I don't think worldwide people really. Yeah, well, they're not viable. You know these idiots. Oh, you need to buy our American cars. Bro, your American cars are too big. You can't drive no Cadillac around London, man. What the fuck? Man? Most European cities are not designed for those big, giant ass fucking American vehicles.
Yeah.
Where the hell are you going to park?
Yes, sir. So it's what?
In Europe, you have small, slender vehicles going from A to B. So it's not even viable, but Trump in it.
and slaves and souls of men.
And slaves and souls of men. That's all on the level of importing people into America on the above side, but even into the trafficking people. What they call it, white slavery.
Modern day slavery.
That's a real thing. That happens in America, man. Slaves get brought in all the time. You know?
Like I say, it's outlining the fact that it happened, that it was happening in these scriptures, right? And that's why when you find these Epstein things, man, it's not like you should be surprised.
Yeah.
It's already here written that these things are going on. You're just not aware of it because you're not trying to pay attention to it.
What's her name? The president's wife is a fucking slave.
Yeah, the lady.
That's a sex slave. Because Eastern Europe is, man, they go to Eastern Europe, they grab up women there all the time.
Yeah.
Come to America, man, and they're going to pass you off from one guy to another, man. She's obviously a sex slave, man.
Ukrainian women as well. When they were being exported, when they had to leave, those people kind of, oh yeah, Ukrainian women are welcome. What the?
Well, like when you watch Trump and Melania, there's no chemistry on it whatsoever.
That's a sex slave, man. And I knew that from before the Epstein. I said, yo, this woman here is obviously a mail order thing. That's the thing that they've just hired. Like, you know. And then you got the Beards too. The Beards is like a woman that these men are a slave they hire just to look like they're not gay. I'll tell you a famous Beard. Candice Owens.
Yeah, that guy is been exposed.
They met and like 2 weeks later they were married. Yeah, that's a Beard, man.
She's been like just utilizing him to get into like the blood.
Yeah, she's a fucking lady in the UK. That's crazy. Yeah.
This is Ezekiel chapter 28, start from 4. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
Yeah, these Edomites are able to create a financial system that is basically fraud. It's not. When you really break it down, these men, they're not prolific. They have a system where they print money. And they're able to financialize things. And they've mastered the art of fraud. And they've also mastered the art of making it so complicated that you can't even take them to court for it. You don't know. Bro, do you know how long it took me to understand what a credit default swap was? You just go and ask the average person, what's a credit default swap? They don't fucking know.
That term shouldn't even exist.
No, I'm not even joking. It took me a month, to get my head around what the hell is a credit default swap. And they've got a credit, they've got insurance on insurance.
Yeah.
Basically, it's insurance. where it's like insurance upon insurance upon insurance. Insurance.
Yeah.
The whole thing is a web of fraud that's all
Yeah.
connected. At the end of the day, what it allows for certain Edomites to live rich and be able to fund whatever they want to do with the world, build up influence, to set up fake companies, and the company can make a loss and they can just keep it going because it's funny money. It's funny money. Like they could pump whatever they want to do. If they want to stop to go to the moon, they will go to the moon. It's not real. It's they got something called high frequency trading, but it's just all fraud.
That's it.
Yeah, I think it's cheap with the one.
That's it.
The live war scandal. You know, that's another scandal that they were doing, and no one went to jail for that.
Or even the fact that the banks leverage money. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
They print the money and they give it to themselves, and then the Cantillon effect is they benefit from that money before everyone else, man. Yeah, give me that, man. Listen, give me bro, what you think? Listen, the central bank here print $100 fucking $1 million for me right now, yeah, and told me I got to pay back 0.2%. Bro, we winning that. What could I possibly do? Straight away, I'm gonna take that 100 mil, pure usury, bro.
Yeah.
Slap panel of 30% here, bro. The rest of it's mine. I'm good. These men are acting like what these Edomites do. They're like just a higher level. No, stop.
Yeah.
It's just you're right there where the fraud is happening.
That's
and
it.
you've got access to all this free money.
And with good credit interest rates as well, like it was alluding to, because it's like when you was at Moody's, when they'll do their this country's AAA, that country's AA or whatever, basically means the rates of credit that these countries can have, right? So then when these bacon nuts are looking at but them countries where you're from, it's poor. So well, to build up here, you just take a whole load of credit at a low rate. Those countries ain't got no credit to take, you know.
Bro, what's that guy's name that built the Formula One track?
Eccleston.
Right. His daughter bought the most expensive mansion in America. Bro, the money to build this track is government.
Yeah, he makes,
What are we doing
I was
here?
watching a video on it, like he makes deals with
It's just
movies,
they might get the right contracts and they get government money and they're millionaires. Like, this ain't hard. We could do it, but you think I could have bring in the marks during the season? Yeah. Give me 10 million and I'll find you some marks.
Got preset.
Take 9 for myself, man. Easy work, man. They're just fraudsters. That's what the Edomites are. Their whole system is fraud.
Got preset.
Yeah, go.
This is Sirach 10 from 8, and 8 says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Look at the stock market. Listen, they pump and dump is the name of the game. It's a casino that they know what's going to happen before it happens. There's always insight. It's the easiest thing. If you're an insider, bro, life is so fun because you know when to buy and you know when to sell. Look at what Trump has been doing. Look at what Trump has been using tweets to dump and pump this in front of everyone's eyes.
There's that one viral video where he's in his cabinet. He's like, he's going to be very rich today.
Just open up quick margin thing, yeah. 100x on that.
Yeah.
You can afford to do it because it's a call. So these Edomites, but imagine these Edomites have been doing that for years. We're talking about companies here that can be picked. Something like Amazon was picked. So you can have people that just buy it. It's a sure thing because they know that company is gonna be pumped. And even when it drops in price, because they'll do the little drops, they know, bro, don't sell.
It's just holding.
You can do a little quick thing, a little margin, but hold them stocks because this is New World Order, so that's gonna go to the moon. And it went to the moon. You don't know, so you're going in there like guessing, and that's why most traders get what? Just like gamblers, most traders get wrecked.
But I remember Nvidia, there was like before it was on the AI thing, there was a guy I knew who bought it, he was holding it for like 2 years, he sold it before the AI, and then like 6 months before the AI thing. Then it was hitting all time, he was like, you know what? For the first little while, I was like, yeah, I don't mind, I sold it. But after a while, it's like, we never bought out.
Because guess what? You're an insider, so you're operating like. But if you're an
Because you
insider,
made money, but it was like,
there's no risk
should
when
have
you're
made
an
all the
insider.
money.
Government money saves money, so you know the deals are being done. It's a sure thing.
That's why all the politicians in America, they go into office and they get richer.
Oh, Pelosi tracker.
Yeah, Pelosi's husband.
But
That was legendary.
But then they had all these fucking meetings, Davos and all these things, and big shoulders of all these corporations. Do you think, like, of course they know what's going on. They know what they're gonna do.
They know when and where, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they got their man there to go 10x on that, man.
But you don't know, so you go in this market and you get fucked.
It's all fraud.
You know,
It's all fraud.
From the NBC and the Atlantic, it's a process called front running, where basically them big tech companies front money between each other and they're fake on the stocks. It's in 2025, a growing number of analysts, investors, and commentators have raised concerns about circular financing, where major AI tech companies and startups use interconnected investments to boost revenue figures and inflate stock prices. So this practice involves a closed loop of capital where money from one tech giant is used by a startup to purchase products like chips or cloud capacity from the same company, inflating both companies' revenue and valuation without generating significant external cash flow. So they're basically just continuing to pump over with debt for the basis that eventually the money's gone.
If people are gonna buy into it,
They could orchestrate an investment fund going belly up. That money didn't disappear. That money went to them. But then all little granny lost all their shit. Man, fuck these people. Anyway, let's get where we at. Where we at? Was there Revelation 18? I think it was. Isaiah 47. Bro, this whole system has to go. It's crazy. It's the money. And it's a lie, man. No? It's all fraud. All of it, man. But they make it look like the lie they told you is that the hardest working people make the most money. That's a lie. To make money in this world, you just gotta be wicked. You ain't gotta work hard. You gotta be wicked and you gotta be juiced in. And if you're wicked and you're juiced in, it ain't nothing to be a millionaire. It ain't nothing to be a billionaire. You had Edomites back in the day. When you go back to America, the robber barons, it would be simple as just being given a monopoly. So one man would just say, okay, all the pork that gets imported to England has to go through you. Boom, man's going. That's how it was, man. My work because man worked hard. It was say so.
yeah, I think no strategy or nothing.
Yeah. This is say so, man. You really think Elon Musk is a genius or something?
Oh, they first it's like, bro, even Tesla was the thing of gas in the moment. Like, he didn't even design the first cars. He designed like a Cybertruck.
But they told a lie. You know what they say? Oh, you know, brother.
Yeah.
He's in the office. Like,
Yeah.
he's in the office. And they're like, you people believe this shit? You actually believe
Bro, he's fucking
that Elon Musk
You're
is
buying children, bro.
Yeah, that's not my
that's just part of the character that they want.
They create. Yeah.
It's a make believe. They want you to believe, oh, he works hard for his money.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy don't do nothing.
It was like the one where it was like, nah, Moss couldn't have been on Epstein's Island because he was too busy working. It's like, what?
Just to be a
Shalom,
fake.
shalom.
The truth about this world is the hardest working people tend to be the poorest.
Yeah.
Boy, how hard do you think it will be to be a billionaire? How hard? But then they'll have The Rock. The Rock will make you pay him $1 grand to go to a fucking speech, and he'll be like, "You're gonna wake up at 4 in the morning." And fuck off, man. That man ain't gotta do all that shit, man.
Somehow I still get up 4 in the morning, got 3 jobs, bro. We're still not making 10 for what you earn.
No, man. It ain't about none of that working hard. It's about being juiced in and being wicked. And once you got those two things, you're gonna be fine, man. They'll always something they can give you to give you.
It's like I say, man. It's not what you know, but who you know. Right? You're around certain man. You know, a bit of effort you need to get in the door. But if you know, man, get you in certain avenues, then you just wait that, innit?
Okay.
Or they exploit you, should I say?
Yeah, use them private schools from here because I remember ours. My cousin was educated well. But I was like, how for a child that young is it even important? He stopped me dead in my tracks. So no, it's very important because those are your links that you keep on into later life. So these people that are now getting certain jobs, certain roles, positions, those high, it's like, oh yeah, I went to school with this guy. And when you're interviewing as well, like if you've gone to them private schools, you've done certain activities. You can talk about the ski trip. You can talk, and not just the regular ski thing that everyone else goes to. You talk about the more obscure skiing spots. So then when you as a Jake are going to go and try to get them jobs, would they hit you? Nah, it wasn't a culture thing. Or they're basically saying you weren't one of us, you've not grown up like one of us. You know?
See if I was posting one of the chats about these job applications that they put out there.
Yeah.
Like, it's all bullshit. A lot of it's bullshit. Like, they've already decided who's going to have this position. And if you're applying on a job that doesn't really exist
Don't
anymore,
complain about DEI. Yeah, man.
My uncle's the the guy that does a hiring. It's like meanwhile,
Jobs for the lads, man. Contracts for the lads. That's it.
so
Yeah.
did you start off with the top?
It's on the top.
Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. But thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh.
Right. The reason it says take the millstone and find meal is because that was the position. Like back in the day, say like a guy, if you were poor and your wife was poor, she would have to wake up in the morning to grind the meals. But obviously, if you had a servant girl, then your wife can get up in the morning to grind no meal. So the whole grinding meal thing is a representative of societal status. Women of status in Israelite society didn't wake up in the morning to grind meal. So this is just a way of saying that America is going to go from high status to low status. That's why I said make bare the leg and grind the meal. But the grinding of the meal was for servant girls or lower class wives. Yeah?
Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, and pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah, the Lord, Jehovah Shai, man, is coming to, him and the chariots, they're going to blaze fire in America too. That's why America's going to be that lake of fire. In the book of Revelation. And the elect are going to see it too. They're going to have front row seats, just like how them men are up in the box at the Super Bowl. Yeah, the elect are going to have front row seats to the destruction of America. They're going in the chariots. Chariots going to have that, that clear view to the destruction, man. And it's going to be stadium box seats. Box seats, yeah. With the champagne. Hey, look, there's vocab.
That's, I mean, the perspective that we're going to get to see the whole destruction of the ground. Because usually if you're on the ground, you don't get to see locally what's going on. But we're going to get to see, get a good picture of the whole thing being straight, man. It's a fact.
That's it.
As for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh, of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
Right. We have a Redeemer. That's something that, Esau, that's something that Esau ain't, he doesn't want us to feel that way. Esau wants to cast us down, man. But we have a Redeemer. That's the Most High, and the Jehovah Shai played that role when he made that sacrifice. So what we got to do is repent. We're people that, we've done wickedness, we've come short, but the gospel, the good news is there is a way. There is a way for us to escape death and judgment. That way is Yahweh Shai. He's the way and the life, man. And that's not open to everyone. It ain't open to Edomites. It ain't open to the Elamites. That's why all the heathens and Edomites that's in America, they're going to be destroyed. They're going to be left in America for judgment. But the elect are going to be delivered, the elect of Israel, through repentance and belief in the name of Yahweh Shai. And that's what we preach. But America's cooked. We're Trump in it. Trump, Biden, all of them. Obama, Obese. America, brother. Hey, but Trump versus Obama would be entertaining. So, this guy's crazy. Hey, Obama was jokes, man.
Man, he's a character.
Yeah,
He's a legendary character.
Hey, remember when he threw up that jump shot, and he was like, "That's what I do." Oh my goodness. goodness, man. That would be epic television. That would be Trump versus Obama.
I was at a stadium recently, and Trump was getting booed. And the Tanner was trying to speak. The whole crowd was doing this thing. And then it said Obama was got up and cheering. That. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thy hand.
Yeah, we were given into the hand of the Edomites, man. Right? And what did you do? Did you show yourself to be righteous? No, you dealt with us unrighteously. You dealt with us with hate. That's why Jake can't do nothing right. You see, the funny thing about you Edomites is like, you're so hateful and demonic. Jake can't do nothing right. If Jake get a job, he's taking the job. If Jake don't have a job, he's lazy. We can't do no right for this man. No matter what we do in this society, Esau's gonna find a way to negatively label it, right? You try and be like him. Oh, you ain't like him. You trying to steal, you know? You can't speak British. You're not really British. Why are you speaking like that? You speak in your own accent. Oh, you ain't assimilated. Well, you can't.
Esau hates us, man. And he envies us, man. You know, so you can't, it's not pleasing him.
You don't please yourself.
He has a perpetual hatred in his heart, man.
No matter what you do, Esau's gonna find a way to make whatever you did wrong. See, a guy like that, man, there's no point. You just have to cut ties. All right, you got to cut ties with this guy. This guy's evil. Right, he don't want you to be ghetto, apparently. But then when you build up yourself, you bomb it anyway. So what the hell? That's insane. Think about it. Like, you know, he complaining, oh, they're so ghetto, they're so violent. Okay, man, build up a Black Wall Street and you bomb it. So what do you want man to be?
What do you want?
What do you want?
Whatever I say. Whatever I say.
Basically, his default setting is just a hate. He's just a hate. He don't want to see you. Jake, I was watching one video. Jake went to a ski resort. They were up there getting lit. You know, they weren't no violence or no nothing. Jake were up there getting lit. The DJ was, you know, niggas is out there like, hey, you know, like, hey, white boys in the comment board. Like, bro, they ain't doing nothing. They just at a ski resort having a good time. Nah, skiing's fun now. Skiing's ghetto now. Look, man, it's skiing. It's skiing. You're not supposed to be doing all that. All I did was I went on in YouTube and I typed in ski resort party. Bang, you know, man. The fires and everything, blood, alcohol flying all over the place. Look in the comments. Oh, that looks fun. Whoa, you can't do that. So you have a party and it's ghetto, and you know you ain't supposed to do it like that, and then they do it. And it's just that looks fun.
Yeah.
You can't win.
Like when the Jakes went to Southend.
Oh yeah, they had a party on the beach.
Yeah.
Boosting Southend's economy.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they got jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, go do that. Go do that in Africa. It's like, but you know they're boosting Southend.
Exactly.
Then you do Brexit because their man's economy is dying, man. So technically, if you're against that, then you're against all that money being spent on Southend. Like you're so low IQ, you will cut off your nose, spite your face, bro. Because really, you didn't want to see Jake there having fun. It's just hatred. It's just hatred. Just hatred. They hate him, man. Don't be successful. They'll hate you there. They'll say, you know,
Don't fail, don't be successful.
you can't have a bad day. Yeah,
Can't have
don't
a-
fail, don't be successful. That's what I'm saying. What you meant to do? These men are the ultimate haters in life, bro. You can't like, you can't live. You just have to die, like. Then they're happy, but then they're not happy because then they won't have no one to fucking talk shit about. So they really want you to get you. Good.
This is Psalm 34 and verse 21. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate.
Man. That's what the Bible says, to be delivered from the hand of him that hates. One thing about a hater is a hater's gonna hate you no matter what you do.
So if I say though, that's one of the things that's beautiful about this truth, because it opens opens our minds up to be like, this is Esau. He don't like me. Let me stop trying to make him like me. And that's
need to trim their way to see
exactly.
There's no point to seek the approval of this devil.
Yeah.
There's just no point.
There's no point.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't.
You know,
Waste time.
you'll be at work and you'll see the Jakes that are trying to seek approval from Esau, man. And just like, bro, stop. You ain't ever gonna.
You go on the
Yeah.
so you feel happy. You know? You never accept it. You stay in the It's the same reason why you're going to be rejected. You know what's going to be rejected. The most high rejected.
They hate, bro. They hated what's the Trevor McDonald.
Yeah.
Bro, they'll hate you no matter what. They hate you for eating.
Yep.
They hate you serious. You're not allowed to be a doctor. You can't be a nurse.
It's smart.
They like drugs, but you can't be a drug dealer.
You don't buy them. No, but he's fucking.
Yeah, they love the cocaine. They love the packet. They love the packet. They buy the packets all the time.
Bro, remember the time we was watching the Arsenal match and then that Edomite just randomly started telling us about.
Like, casually, bro. Like that. Like, yeah, I'm just doing this and doing that. I'm like, oh, you just openly say these ones? You know what I mean? You should be quiet. I didn't say that.
They love the packet. That's why we can't have a carnival. We're not allowed to enjoy ourselves. Find a reason. Or 4 people got arrested with beat. Bro, like 9 million. Like, how many millions of people went to this thing? Meanwhile, at Reading Festival, just bare women getting raped. I don't care. Can't do that if it's the devil's, man. I'm telling you. Oh, that's
Getting down the that's why.
yeah.
This is Psalm 62, verse 4. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in life, they bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly.
Right, I mean, when you really break it down, like the core of white supremacy is lies. When you really break down all the articles, it's all based upon lies. The low IQ thing, it's a lie. They made it up. It was all a lie.
Science. The man used to grow up with studies. It was all BS.
Everything propaganda they use against Jake, you know, when you really break it down, it's all lies. They have to lie to justify themselves. That's all it is. It all has to be based upon lies. It's not the truth. It's never been the truth. You know, oh, we're just super violent and impulsive. What are you? Devils love a good fight, like in the streets, a bar fight, and all that stuff. What are you talking about? Everything they do, they propaganda they run against our people. It's based upon lies and deceit, propaganda. And Twitter, go on Twitter, that's all it is. And hypocrisy. Because for the same thing you'll see Edomites doing, they'll cast us down for.
I realized.
And wink at it.
I remember it was like making noise on the train. It's like, bro, you hear Jakes, they might be playing music, doing whatever. Then as soon as some lads singing some
Oh,
song,
boys,
whatever, or whatever, people will be like,
Oh,
a good time.
They did that experiment in the school system. So they got the teachers to look at a room full of children and point out which child was being bad. And the black boy was just being loud, same way the white boy was. And they were, yeah, that was the bad child because he's black. So it's like, as a black child, if you don't just sit there and like pretend you don't exist, if you just act like a boy, you're automatically banned. That's why in the school system, it's more likely to get expelled. You're more likely to have get written up. Whereas Jack the lad, the little bastard that's running around doing, it's winked at. Everything he does is going to be winked at. Oh, yeah, Dennis the Menace is cute. Oh, yeah, it's just Jack the lad. But then when Jake does it, he's a borderline criminal. They've got to call the police to come and. Hey, they hate us, man. It is what it is. They hate. Yeah. So what can you do? We work hard. You know, we're the frontline staff, NHS, travel, everything.
It's mad spiritual, right? Because like to them we don't deserve nothing, innit? But it's because we got the blessing for nothing. And he's like, you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
You know, it's our fault though. The Most High chose us to be these children, you know, he's the best people. He rejected you because you just ain't right. Inherently, you ain't right. You're dark.
hate your brother. He that hates his brother in his heart is a murderer. Man. That's what you want. Not a murderer, man. Let's carry on. After dumped on Easter, but you got to dump on it. Jake needs to understand that, and it's becoming more and more evident that these people really they hate us, man. They hate us, man. It's like, they have a deep hatred for us, and really we should have a deep hatred for them. But they should be hated. Huh?
Isaiah 47 and 6 says, I was rough with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancients hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Yeah, they don't give a damn about the old, young, you know what I mean, whether you're a man or a woman. He still never gave a damn. And he still don't give a shit. They did. Other day they're crying because there's a rumor that they're going to make that Lupita girl Helen of Troy. And these Edomites are losing their minds, black. They're losing their mind. You know, it's like, bro, who cares? And then they're talking about it should be Sydney Sweeney. She's ugly. These Edomites are crazy, bro. Like, they're insane. Sydney Sweeney's an ugly bitch, man. She's got big breasts. But that's what they do. They can take a mid-white woman and she'll make her beautiful. But you can't take a mid-black woman and make her beautiful. It's not possible. Fuck off out of here, man. And they're crying about that, but then they made Moses a white man. They made the Queen of Sheba a white woman. They're always race swapping. They've been race swapping. That's your MO. Now all of a sudden you want to be historically accurate, but there ain't even no Greek people in the fucking movie.
Bro, it's like, was it Prince of Persia? Was it Jake Gyllenhaal?
Bro,
I don't know.
you got Matt Damon.
Man.
Matt Damon's Odysseus.
Yeah.
These
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, wait, it's not Matt Damon. I was like, I knew Matt Damon was in it. I was like, there's no way he's a title character.
Yeah, but they don't have a problem with that until it's a black person. Now it's like, oh, you got to be historically accurate. Oh, really?
Because the color of skin is the most important thing.
There you go. There you go. But you know, it's not even about being historically accurate. They're just haters, man.
Them men don't know no history. So
They don't care. Listen, first of all, they don't care about Greece. Because if Trump said, you know what, I'm going to go invade Greece here to take all the olive oil. You just wanted to invade Greenland, bro.
Yeah.
So you don't care about other Europeans. All of a sudden, you care about the Greek image. No, you just hate Jake. And that's what Esau does. He'll find a reason to just dump on Jake. Oh yeah, the Little Mermaid. It didn't matter that the Little Mermaid was a fucking
It's a mermaid.
Where is that for real? You don't know what color she was. Oh, he tried to write bright red hair.
Esau, man, he's got serious problems.
And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Right, you Edomites never really thought while you was enslaving Jake, brutalizing them, lynching them, having us suffer every day. Because you don't understand, it weren't just the lynching. You were living under a reign of terror where the average mediocre Edomite, when he feels like he wants an ego boost, could just dunk on you, the bare minimum abuse. So Edomite might just see you and say, you know what, man, I know that I got a little thing here. Right. So let me just try and fuck with this. And you know what? Esau still kind of does that. Bro, I've seen Edomite pick on Jake at work. And it's like, bro, the only reason that you are violating right now is because you're at work. If you were just outside on the road and my man was just this Nigerian animal was walking down the street, there's no way you're trying to talk to him. But because you know you got the uniform on and he knows you don't want to do his job, you're pushing the. Now imagine back in the day when these mediocre Edomites. So obviously they see some big buck. They know that they can just come and violate you. They say, what boy? What boy? You boy? You boy? And then obviously Jake knows, right? I can crush my skull. The original scene. You know, I can just grab your little fucking head, crush it, but I gotta be there. Oh my! And this guy's not even my master. He's some random mediocre, random
He's a drunk. He's a bum.
drunk stuff. He don't mind. Yeah, that,
Lenny.
Lenny. Borderline innocent. And you know, some real original seed fuck, yeah. And this guy's coming and look at you. Your mama, you just chatting shit here, boy. No, you just gonna put, and then he might dash your hat off, or pick it up, boy.
You have to agree.
And you-
Yes, I know, man.
Because if you even look at him the wrong way, man's gonna call the old boy, call the police, ring the bells, and get you fucking killed. So you imagine the terror. Just imagine the terror that Jake was living under on a daily basis, knowing that you could any infringement towards so-called white man could end in your torture and death. This is real life we're talking. Imagine the terror and the generations it took to get to the point where you're kind of getting over that. When because remember, that's why the KKK, after they see Jake, they would routinely go to houses and seize Jake because they wanted to make sure that Jake still had that terror of them. He's a terrorist. What, you think he gonna have to pay for that? Man might rape your woman. Man might rape your woman in front of you, and you know you can't do nothing because they'll do. If you try to violate, they'll kill you. Yeah, like what the hell? So can you imagine? You can't give these mediocre Edomites. Thank God that he ain't got that kind of. Because I already know what they'd be like. So these guys, the thing about Esau is they are inferior. They know they're inferior. And someone who knows they're inferior, that's the worst person because they're going to overcompensate. And that's what Esau does. He has to overcompensate for the fact that he's not that smart, he's not strong, he's not athletic, he don't really feel like a man. So he has to try and put you down somehow. The white woman does the same thing. They know that shit. You got the iron board thing going on. They know that they don't have. Come on, really, the majority of them don't have the right. This is the truth. They ain't got the figure for it. They know that, so they're gonna have to try and hate somehow. The passive aggressive thing, man. They're inferior people, man. They know it. So we went through hundreds of years of just being terrorized on a daily basis by random Edomites. You're gonna have to pay for all that. Then they'll turn up to the lynchings, and then the lynchings, them man are chopping off man's balls, chopping off his penis, chopping off his ear,
And then pickling them.
pickling them.
It's like, because that's what they say. That certain people go into them old houses and they'll just go into the attic and there'll just be a Jake Rod pickled in the fucking attic, man. That's all you do.
They don't believe in justice, and then back then, it's like if you a lot of Edomites were able to get away with murders because just like the Edomite, you could get away with anything because you could just say a black man did it. And as soon as you say a black man did it, them man are so already filled with hatred and fear that they're just gonna roll with it. They ain't waiting for no evidence, no nothing. And in one of the accounts I was reading,
Because she lied.
yeah,
You can't lie.
they lie all the time. Come on, man. They would blame shit on Jake all the time. You could just kill a man and say a black man did it. You ran that way. That's it. Them man ain't trying to hear no check for no evidence. That happens all the time. So then, what's the thing? The Rosewood thing was like that. The Rosewood thing was she was sleeping with a white man, committing adultery, and then to cover it up, she said, "Oh, black man raped." And then the man them in the town knew it was a lie. They just ran with it. It's like, fuck it. You know, we just go, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so imagine, Jake, I was reading one account that said that if you heard a crime was committed as a Jake, it would fill you with fear. It didn't have to be you. A man could just be there and go, "Oh, it was him." It's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like, and that's it.
It's black.
That's a real thing. So imagine that kind of fear. You're just walking up and down and you hear something happen. Now you're shook because the wrong white guy just points in your direction and just said, "Oh, so they said it. Well, you fit the description, but they said you got a wide nose." Oh, man ain't trying to. Oh, you can't explain. Oh, actually, no, shut up, boy. This one's sassy. Isn't it?
You know, the early 2000s, they were doing that to Jake as well, like with the Like those of Jake complaining about the police searches because they would just get stopped. Oh, there was a car robbery, and you know, he said there was a black man that was 6'2", and you just happened to be in the city.
Man, 4'8". Yeah, they were doing
Take off my fucking shoes with the
bro, the sus laws in the UK, and you know what, man? They scrubbed the image. You probably remember. Remember there was an interview with a policeman, and he was saying, "Yeah, what we would do is we'd have a quota for the amount of blacks that we would arrest." And with the sus laws was based upon suspects, so they could just say, "A white woman said she saw you steal a purse." That's it. Jake was going to jail. That's the real thing. So there's a lot of Jake in London, black Jake that went to jail that didn't actually do anything. The police just made, under the sus laws, they could just say, "Oh, someone saw you committing a crime," and they didn't have to, witness or proof. They just had to say something to it, and boom, you're in jail. That's why you had the sus laws, man. So imagine that terror that you're living on. Every time you see a policeman, you don't know whether the man feels that they just want to put you in jail that day, and then that's your whole life. Cool.
I got a precept. Yeah, it's Deuteronomy 28 and verse 65. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. Thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have none assurance of thy life.
That's right. And that's gonna come back now in a big way, because they're gonna come at you again. They're looking for a reason to just start killing you, Jake. To look at the highest thing
grabbing you up. No, you look Hispanic. Grabbing you up.
because what Esau's promoting now is that you, Jake, so really, you're not fit to be in society. Like all of society's problems really go back to Jake. That's what they're saying. You know, really, the eugenics. Really, when you look at the root of what they're pushing, it's a form of eugenics. Because when they're saying, "Oh, the immigrants can't be here because they're taking up resources," that's eugenics.
Oh, what did Margaret Sanger say? We'd solve the Negro problem. You know?
Yeah, this is what they're doing. So don't get it twisted, man. The slaughter is coming. The time of Jacob's trouble, where these Edomites are gonna like feel just, and they're gonna feel justified too, because now they're the victim, right? They're suffering racism. Watch it, y'all.
Bro, that shit.
Our birth rates. Nobody stopping you from having kids, man. Incel. But it's a real thing. Esau's on Twitter pushing out that they're the victim now, and white racism, heroin is in jeopardy because they're not having no babies, and they're also saying that black people are committing violence against us.
You mean you do it against yourself?
Yeah, he gets involved to not reproduce. Only an Edomite is involved to not reproduce. That's literally the whole point. To improve your reproductive survival. They're not going backwards, bro. Yeah? That's not why I keep it. That's not why I keep it, bro. Maybe if you went to Thailand, you actually dealt with real women instead of the lady first. Yeah. Just a suggestion. So,
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Ba'ashmi Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, seest thou hast not hated blood.
Yeah, you can't expect to be doing all this madness right, and expect not to, things to follow you and the karma thing, right? Mosai is leaving that, right? You shed all this blood of his own children. You don't think that you have to pay that again?
and it's not just the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, so-called Native American Indians, man. You even have right to kill, man, to murder. But Esau's the murderer, man. I know Esau likes to paint Jacob as a murderer the truth of the matter is Esau is the better. And all you Jake out there that's cooning, and you got a lot of Jake now that twerk for Esau. They all up, yeah, man, it's true about the like that. Tommy Sotomayor and all these guys like twerking for the white man. You think they see you different than Pookie? They don't. You think, bro, they see
There's that clip of what's his face, man, Myron, where he said he was trying to get in the white supremacists. And it's like, you Jewish white woman. I was like, bro, they was like, he was not accepted. We're trying to kill you now. They were like, we're gonna get you out of America too. I was like,
The guy told him on the live,
like, that's basically.
Yeah,
Look now, you'll never be part of it. That's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, part of the intimacy with the white.
yeah,
If you have to get rid of, you're involved too. We're gonna get rid of you're black. Can't be one of us.
well, there's a lot of these niggas out there just twerking for Esau, man. Listen, twerking for Esau is too late. Right? You know what I mean? But that's part of his audience base just wants to hear them talking about black people. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do, but they don't ever say nothing about what the bullshit is. But that's because he's working for that white supremacist and the idea that they're the victims, these incels. So these sexist individuals. No, because his audience is all them white incels, and that's all they want to hear. They want to hear about how Jake is the problem, this and that. Yeah. How about you be the problem, man? You know what I mean?
They ain't no black drug, bro.
Yeah. How about that, you meth head?
Opioid addictions.
You want to talk about crimes? What about financial crimes? You want to talk about that? Yeah? You talk about the pedophilia, the bestiality. Yeah. Wow.
Jeremiah 16 and 19. O Lord Yahweh, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in a day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Yes. The lies, vanity, things wherein there is no profit. Because as far as now the foundation of everything is those lies. That's really the view everyone has of the world. They're looking at, they're thinking, oh, these blacks, X, Y, Z. But then it's funny, as soon as they start interacting with, regular, Jakes, the on, low-life degenerates, then they start to realize, wait, hold on, maybe it's not all this is.
We said love to talk to white secrets, lower their trim their way to seek love. I'm gonna come back to white.
I'm sure he accepted by Esau in his road, man.
Yeah.
So like going through, like he won't ever do it.
They don't understand when he goes down. You're gonna go down.
America's not eternal. That's really like the joke is funny because what was it? At the movie Kingdom of Heaven, it's like in the Dark Age, Jake was thinking, oh, the end was gonna come during those times. They were thinking, oh, the Kingdom of Heaven is gonna be established now. Now they've kind of got America working under that same false belief. It's okay as long once we clean up all these blacks or Hispanics or whatever.
Because America outshines the land of Israel, right? Israel is meant to be the holy land, right? The pinnacle of the kingdom. But America is the headliner. America is positioned as a chief nation in the planet. Israel is just some little thing that got these little gay dudes running it, right? But America is the headline act in this world, man. And so this is what we keep actually going through. It's the fourth kingdom, the second part of the fourth kingdom, right? Which is doomed and destined to fail, to be destroyed, right? So this is where we're living in right now, man. You can see that America is going that direction. America can't be eternal because it's the kingdom of the wicked, So we're all waiting for it to be destroyed, but these people out here don't want it to be destroyed. They want it to continue.
And the closer it gets to the end, the more the propaganda they spread is going to disassociate from the reality of life. Like if you let Trump and them man tell the story, this is already some golden age. Everyone's pockets are filling with money, man. But the reality that is not the case. The reality is that America's not respected more than the world before. They haven't. They're not more respected in the world. They're not their strength as compared to the other nations has not increased. It's decreased. The nations actually caught up more.
Yeah.
And it's evident. Like
Yeah.
because they had what's happening in Venezuela? I thought you were ruling Venezuela. They have, but they don't. And you notice they're not talking about that though.
Yeah, that's not.
It was just like a little quick wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And then it's like, okay, are we gonna? Is there what's happening? Nah, because it's like the quick spectacle. Move on to the next thing. They tried to bully EU. It didn't work. They tried to bully China. It didn't work. What did he get from China? Nothing.
I was even gonna say his first term with China back and forth then versus now, the situation is not even like it's not even improved. Like China's looking more prominent than ever.
They said they were going to end the war in Ukraine ended in 24 hours. It's still going. So where's all your why just go kidnap people? I thought you had all the technology. Go kidnap people. Fine. So America's actually looking more weak on the world today. The dollar's weaker. The economy is going down the pan. Yeah, the stocks are going through the roof, but that's due to the flipping. The assets are gonna inflate as the dollar is being eroded. Right? It's all pretense, man, and you're gonna see more propaganda. They're gonna be telling you everything's great while everything is fucking apart.
Got something real quick? Jeremiah 51, 8 and 9. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. Her judgment reacheth unto this heaven and is lifted up even to the skies.
Give up on that bitch, man.
Yeah.
America's done.
Yeah.
You know, and our people we should forget about America, man. America's not for us anyway.
You have to see beyond, and that's part of this truth. It's to see beyond the illusion that Esau puts before you, because Esau doesn't want you to think beyond him or think beyond his establishment. But when you understand the scriptures, you understand that there is a world beyond this world. This world and the way things are here is not forever. Like, you're born into this world, and yeah, we were born into the system of white supremacy. We don't know no different. We don't know. We actually don't know a world where some creepy ass cracker isn't running it. But there is a world, but that world does exist, and it's hard to imagine unless the Lord actually blesses it. The average person cannot imagine a world where the so-called white man is not running, because they don't. How can you?
How'd you uproot him from him?
Yeah, you've grown up. Your entire life has been the same thing. Your life, your parents' life, your everyone you know has grown up in this world under these conditions.
Got precept? This is Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no vision, the people perisheth. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he.
You gotta now look past America. We gotta look past so evil. Everything he set up. That's why the scripture says, "Seeing these things shall be resolved." Understand the day's gonna come that everything we're familiar with will be gone. Every institution will be destroyed. There won't be no FBI. There won't be no everything that we normalize that just exists and it's always gonna exist. It's just here. It's overarching. All these countries that we're used to existing won't exist. There won't be no Nigeria in the kingdom. There won't be no fucking France. Those things won't exist no more. Those things as an institution and as an entity will be dissolved. The day Yahweh Shai comes, there is no France. There is no Germany. There is no UK. There ain't no MI6. There ain't no House of Parliament. All these things are going to be dissolved.
Yep.
What's going to be left? Israelites. There's some Edomites. There's some Elamites, bro. And there's a land of Israel. And we just start renaming places. Like, but there won't be no institution. Oh, I can go call up and they're going to answer the UN. And no, we're just going to have slaves. And we're going to have our own institution that we build new. Better, stronger, faster. That's why the scripture says we're going to be given power over the nations. And most man can't wrap their mind about that. We're not going to co-opt his institutions. Like sometimes,
Work over here, try to get promotion,
and then you take over. Like when my man went to Egypt, the Greeks, they co-opted the Egyptian system and started calling themselves like. So now Yahweh Shai is going to come and he's going to vote. He's going to take over the American system, and now he's going to be president. No,
On some T'Challa shit.
there ain't going to be no communism. There ain't going to be no capitalism. There ain't going to be no socialism. There ain't going to be no damn fucking Democrat. There ain't going to be no flipping. None of these political systems are organized. It's literally organized. That's why the Bible tells you, seeing all these things shall be dissolved. It literally is going to be a complete reset on the earth.
2 Peter 3, verse 11. See then that all these things shall be dissolved. What manner of
Start from 10, bro.
This is 2 Peter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up. See then that all these things shall be dissolved.
The World Cup, the Hall of Fame, all of the,
the legendary status forever.
yes, the Nobel Peace Prize.
Don't remember 1966.
You know what I'm saying? All this false history. But we're going to get access to the spiritual book. We're going to get access to the spiritual book. Just like how Moses was given access. That's how the Torah was written. The Torah was written because he was showing everything that happened, even to the point of the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Even think about that. Even the dialogue of what man was thinking is written in the scriptures. So the Lord's got access to so we don't need all the libraries, because the libraries are filled with lies anyway. We don't burn it all. The new books is going to be us. Yes, this is the history of what happened. And guess what? It's going to be the real history. It's going to be actually what happened. And he sort of lied about. They won't be the moon landing. It's going to be they faked a moon landing.
That's why it's about the nations coming up to us for knowledge and wisdom, man, because always knowledge is going to come from us, man, because it's being given to us by the Heavenly Father.
Got to clean it up.
Because no one can do nothing right here anyway. No one can't get diet right. Can't get shit right here. So we're gonna
the Atkins diet and all that shit. Esau messed all that up, man. Had people got low fat diet. Now man's got flipping Alzheimer's. Because he just lying all the time and corrupt. Like I said, you can't pick up a book that Esau written without there being evidence in there. Now in the kingdom of heaven, if you pick up a book, it's gonna have truth in it. If it's a book about farming or whatever it is, it's gonna be real knowledge. Science, man, not corruption. That's why it's gonna all be destroyed. So all the libraries, you're gonna need all that. The only thing the new world is gonna need is the Israelites. We are the source. The spirit of Hamashiach Shai, man. So we really are going into a world that's gonna be new. It's gonna be fresh, built from the ground up. And guess what? In that world, Esau ain't gonna have a damn thing to say. We don't want to have it. He gonna have no input. No input, output. None of that. And it's going to be a beautiful world. It's going to be a real golden age because the devil is not going to have his own say so. He ain't going to have no meaning by the shut up. That was a backhanded job for clean out Jake Paul stuff. Edomites not going to know anywhere where real men have to discuss and make decisions. Edomites ain't gonna be there, man. They're gonna be cast out of that. Right now in this world, anything that's anything, Esau is important.
We got fucking Mr. Gates now. He built computers. Yeah, he do like the B shots and stuff like. What are you doing? Professional.
Shut up. Edomites be out here failing upwards, man. Only an Edomite in this world can fail upwards, man. Jake can't fail upwards, you know. If Jake failed, they failed.
Yeah.
And they use it as an excuse. See, it wasn't good enough. Bro, nowhere is that seen more than in football.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Yeah.
In football, these Edomite managers fail upwards all the time. And then all the black ones,
No chance. Yeah. Because what was it? The Chelsea manager, Rossini, and like he's lost to the best team in Europe, and that's it. And Liam Rossini, Chelsea manager.
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Chelsea, Arsenal.
Oh, I thought you said- Oh, no, 'cause he said he lost to the best team. I thought, like, what? I was lost. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, but it was like they all, oh yeah, he was too defensive, he was too this, he was too that. But it's like them, you have John Terry's, like they it was one of them old Chelsea boys, white boys. They lost, they basically lost, and then they got a bigger
They
promotion.
got a better job after.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They fail upwards. Only Esau can do that. They can fail upwards. Jay, you see what happened to Heskey and these man and all these Vieira. Where's Vieira's job? Vieira was like,
John Barnes would find out if you
yeah, they get one opportunity, and if you flop that opportunity, you'll never be heard from again. Where Esau gets the
they didn't like you in the beginning. You know what I mean?
oh, this man. But anyway, go on. Man. Esau, that all that is going to be done away with.
Prophet precept.
Go on.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushai as the waters cover the sea.
There you go. In our world, truth is what's going to be not propaganda. Because this world is just propaganda, lies, and manipulations, man. And go on Twitter, and all these accounts are spreading lies. Like, and it'll be some AI video as well, but it's like, and it's mainly AI, and it's just but this is how Esau's always been. He's a liar. Just lie and manipulate. Our world, we're not going to lie and manipulate. Just tell the truth. Everything's better that way. Just tell the truth. Be open and upfront about what's going on, man. Why lie? It's ignorance, spreading ignorance to the Esau wants the people to be ignorant because that's how he's able to rule through ignorance. We're going to rule through right. We don't have to be ignorant. In our kingdom, everyone will be educated in the right way. But we're not going to be. What happens if they get educated? I will never overcome it.
That's what I was like, bro. It's like Esau, no, he knows the truth, but he chooses to teach lies.
The difference is Esau, because he's an inferior beast, he has to hamper people. And we ain't gonna do all that. We're gonna win the race regardless. We don't mind if man can run. Esau break your legs, man.
He's levitating next to them. Just like, yeah, it's like, your form is excellent.
And that's why. But it's true. It's not really in our interest to dumb down the world. Esau will actually put in a system to dumb people down. What is the point of dumbing people down? If as rulers, it's in our interest for our subjects to be built up, man. To understand righteousness.
And that's why Esau's progress like impressive as it has looked over the last 100 years or whatever, right? Then, industrial revolutions that come. Progress is going to go so much quicker in the kingdom. Because everyone's going to be on a higher level, hopefully. And we're going to be on a supreme level.
Was even Tesla is a good example. Tesla was up on things like way ahead of his time. Even like alternating current, like they didn't fit, like he made it, and they didn't even pick it up.
Hold it back. Hold it back.
So like, no, shit.
Yeah. Can't monetize it.
Yeah.
Can't monetize it.
Go thinking about Tesla because they say there are no records, that they have no records. They probably have them in a vault somewhere.
Yeah.
Man.
So it's like a lot of them.
Listen, there's so many things, just even simple things that people can benefit from. Just like people using the toilet. You know what I mean? There's so many things. Just like that Robert mentioned earlier, diet. It should be something that everyone understands and gets. But Esau, man, everyone's diet's off. And
The man should be putting all this shit in the food. We should addicted to these fucking shitty food, man. You know?
yeah, I was watching the thing today about all the people. A lot of people just messed up, man. Like that KTC, don't use that KTC. KTC, what?
Okay. Okay, KTC, the brand KTC. Okay, can.
Yeah. Really, the coconut oil you use should have a smell. It should smell like coconut. Don't use that KTC if you notice it don't smell like that. Because they have to over process it because they have to because really it's rancid. They're using so brothers, don't be using that KTC shit and don't use any coconut oil that's stored in plastic either. Because the fats the plastic reaches into the fats, man, and it will turn your balls into vaginas. He's all gonna buy it.
Quick one.
Second.
Elder review.
No. I just come from work.
Oh, okay.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome.
Oh, let's stop there. Because of Esau, you got people running around that don't believe that there is an Israel. And that's directly because of Esau. He promoted that. He's a god of Big Bang. You know what I mean? What? This guy is insane. This guy, he did that. He destroyed the people's faith in the Bible by coming with all the pseudoscience like evolution, Darwinism. And then he made up lies saying, "Oh, everyone that believes in the Bible believes in Earth is flat." It's a lie, man. That's not what's true. They just made that up to make it look like if you believe in the Bible, it's crazy. You should believe in science. Yeah. But the Bible is science.
That's it. And meanwhile, the elite are worshipping demons.
Bro, you saw that thing they had, man. You saw that demonic ceremony where it's all they're having some crazy ceremony. But that's true. Faith has been destroyed. People don't believe in the Most High no more. They don't believe in God. They trust in Esau. They've been made carnal because Esau promoted the carnal way of thinking. And they made it where the Bible seems like a fairy tale, like something that even Christians will tell you, well, it's not literal. Because really what they're telling you is, it said someone walked on water, but it didn't actually happen. Or it said there was a flood, but it actually wasn't a flood. It's an allegory. That's what man would do to try and hope.
We have these dudes like, we're trying to recreate it in science. We can't do it, so therefore it didn't happen. You know?
But there's a lot of Christians that actually don't really believe what the Bible says, like Vocab alone. That's why he said, you man talk about spiritual powers. So Vocab doesn't actually believe what he reads in the Bible. The Bible to him is just something to do on a Sunday. It's like it's a bunch. It's like it's not real. There's no real substance there, but it sounds nice. So let's just play with that. But then when I feel like it, I'm gonna be a demon. That's Vocab alone. He doesn't believe in the actual stories like it's a reality. And then Esau's caused that to happen. Esau did that. But in our world, imagine a world where everyone will just believe in the Most High. That knowledge is going to be as established as how evolution is established in the hearts of people. Because man would not question evolution. Everyone just, because why? You turn on the TV, it's all pushing it in your mind. As a child, you know, dinosaur, and they'll tell you 1,000,000 years ago. You know, in our world, it's just true.
Isaiah 57 and
Was there still a bit more on this one?
Yeah,
it says, as for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome.
Corruption. This whole world is based around corruption. Corruption of morals, corruption of integrity, corruption of truth. There's no area in life Esau hasn't lied about. He's lied so much, he's lied about the lie. He's lied about the lie, that's lied about the lie, that's lied about the lie. We're to the point where, man, you don't even know certain times. You just have to be like, we don't know which version of that history is true. Is Epstein alive? Is he dead? Is he in the middle? We don't know. We don't know. Like, it's just all over the place. You don't know. There's too much going on. There's too many lies. There's too much lies. You know what I mean? There's too many scandals, man. It's too much. Everything's corrupt, man. From the food industry, it's all corrupt. All right, nothing's pure. The money's corrupt. Like we spoke about earlier, the money's corrupt. Man are buying gold certificates, man, and there's no gold. Man are buying silver certificates, and there's no silver. The whole thing is that's why if you're a truther, you end up going crazy, because where does it end, bro? You can literally spend the rest of your life uncovering corruption in this society. Everything's messed up. That's just like the coconut oil. I was happy using up the coconut oil, a random YouTube video. Just, oh yeah, by the way, they're using rotten oil.
Oh, yeah. Everything's fucked.
Man's finding out new chemicals that is bleaching into this and that. I'm like, fuck, man.
You know, the microplastics. It's like, man would have just like that would have just been happening. Everyone's saying, oh, plastic bags, oh, whatever, all this is so great. Meanwhile, it's just all kinds of jacked up.
They lied. They lied about coconut oil. They said coconut oil was bad. They lied. The other day I having an argument or something. Oh, fat is good, but there ain't no such thing as no bad fats. That's a lie. You should just make that up so you can feed you some fucking carbs. Really, there's no such thing as bad anything. It's all about a balanced diet, man.
Well, the only bad fat is the one that fucking eats it. You know, the vegetable oils.
Yeah.
That's the only
That's
bad.
But natural animal fats like beef tallow.
Yeah, that's all. It's all
good.
It's necessary.
But obviously, you don't drink it by the ton.
Yeah.
Don't eat it by the ton. But anything out of balance,
Brown and water. If you drink too much water, it's like needed to survive.
But they're teaching that too. They're saying water's bad for you.
Salt. Salt. Natural water. Salt.
Esau's corrupted everything, man. But in our world, imagine all that confusion and not being sure about what's right or wrong. Now you can't even trust your eyes. Is it AI? That's another thing. You turn the TV on, you don't know if it's a psyop. You actually have to question it. You have to question what you see with your own eye. You know how mad that is? It used to be a saying, seeing is believing. But now it's like, yeah, I saw that building collapse. And man, I've got to sit here and but is there a way
That's quite right.
I'm having a legit conversation. I've literally just watched the video of some idiot getting struck by ice. And I'm having a legit conversation about whether that's an actor, a crisis actor. and the worst thing is, it probably is. But you've seen it. You've seen it with your own two eyes, man. Them man were having Ukraine war, and then you find out that was an actress. Like, the soldier that they're saying is actually an actress. Like something, you know, it's a movie set. It's like, everybody saw the moon landing. So we're at that point here where you can't even trust what you see with your eye anymore. That's how bad the earth has got underneath this devil. Now in the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna be able to trust your eyes, you're gonna be able to trust your ears. Because truth is gonna be the number one thing in our kingdom.
This is why we trust the word of the Heavenly Father. So we can trust it.
Yo, you gotta read the fine print. When you watch them drug adverts in America.
Yeah, crazy.
The speed of
This people gonna take away your knee pain. Why give diabetes? Give it AIDS. Like,
Yeah.
Wanted to take the pill, start down. Heart attack.
Yeah, I'll look around.
Spit. Stop smoking that. Shit, man, I need to just weed, but you know, niggas, they gonna spray. But you know, I need some paper.
you sign a contract with a man to do business. Imagine you sign a contract with a man to do business. You need to hire JOO just to read it back because it's got bare clauses and all sorts in there, and they're trying to F over 5 different ways. This kingdom's messed up, man. Bare speeches, and it's all lies. Look at Judas Maccabee's speech that he did. Short and sweet, man. It was on point. Nowadays, you just got Tony Blair up there with an hour speech here. It's all lies and propaganda.
I don't know how you can bring man for an hour.
In it.
Doing, bro.
You know, after the first 15, it's like that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
A bit more.
Oh,
It says, last bit, and it says, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared.
right. The truth, man, which is what we're teaching. The truth about the history of the Bible, about the Most High, the angels, His Son, everything. It's going to be declared, and it's going to be household knowledge. It's going to be what everyone just knows. It's just widely accepted by everyone. And that alone will change the world. That alone will change. Right now, the world is confusing. If I go to this house, they've got certain things that they might share, they believe in, but there might be all kind of madness mixed up in there. Myriad of madness. That's the world we live in. Just madness. The earth is really insane. It's insane. It's insanity. It's a miracle if you even got the truth, because there's so many different pitfalls.
why is
There's
it
pitfalls within pitfalls, man.
Yeah.
Just being a Christian alone, there's a million varieties of fuck. It's insane. We live in an insane asylum, man. The truth is just it's so corrupted.
Yeah, like something small. Leave my house a bitch. Are you single?
Oh, bro.
And you know what you say? Yeah, but that means, you know what that means sometimes? It means
Today,
I got
Yeah.
one guy, I got multiple situations. So I'm not single with one, like,
Exactly.
I'm in a
I'm-
relationship with a person.
I'm pulling.
Entanglements.
Gray area. Bro, we actually don't know what it's like to not be like always around.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what it's like to have a clear mind, because you can't have a clear mind in Babylon,
Yeah.
because they use sex to sell burgers. Everything is sex, and we don't even know what it's like to be normal. To actually have the full use of your testosterone without it. Like, can you imagine that?
Only take this. Only take this.
Mankind could achieve if you just weren't always distracted by sex.
just be roasted all day. Like,
Yeah, these kind of like,
Yeah, bro.
you scrolling.
open the phone. Oh shit.
Booty,
Yeah.
clapping,
Just want a bit of curve, man.
Bro, this society, if you grew up in these generations, you do not know what it's like to be like a normal human being. That's because you're overly sexualized to the point
Stimulated.
where like you're overstimulated.
Yeah.
Right, you know testosterone. That's why when them man you boxing, they separate themselves from their woman, because the hormone testosterone is a sex hormone, but it's actually quite powerful for motivation and focus.
Yeah.
Meaning, like if you want to like learn, like being able to study, testosterone is actually very good for that. That's why them monks, them man used to seclude themselves and turn into flipping geniuses, bro, because all that testosterone is now going towards some productive. But in this society, bro, every 10 seconds, bro, there's booty, tits, everything. Go to buy a burger, there's you're just constantly aroused, bro.
Bro, remember that time when I was going into information and that book, Vital Solutions?
Yeah.
It was touching on that the fact that obviously sperm contains metals in it, magnesium, calcium. So if you're constantly just nutting every day, like, you're like just constantly,
Your minerals.
it can actually give you enough.
The porn addiction thing.
Yeah.
Because there's certain man that you have porn addiction, they're bashing off like 20 times a day. Like,
Actually depletes the metals.
That's mad.
No, it's true. That's big. No lie.
That's mad.
Bro, it's like
Magneto.
yeah. Twist.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just got absorbed in there.
That's it.
But it can actually work well.
No, it's true. But I don't realize it because we normalize our sexualized
Yeah.
because you don't know any different. The moment you hit puberty in this world, you're just
It's
hit
rap, bro.
Yeah.
Whereas some guy living in the Amazon forest, but they're just normal. Yeah, they're gonna have sexual urges, but not like, bro, we're actually like getting sold burgers through sex.
Distraction.
Yeah.
Like, it's mad. Sometimes I'm like, I just want to have a meditation, and I'm just distracted. Ooh, just
Yeah.
ooh. On the phone, I'm trying to research, and I scroll up. All I see is and you can't help it, bro. And then you have to look.
Oh man.
Really come back.
And it's probably does something to your brain.
No, it does. It does. Because it's instant sharp dopamine. Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you're just getting weird spikes.
So they're using your testosterone, your natural chemistry against you. And that's why a lot of these young men can't focus. They can't focus on that. They can't dedicate themselves to anything because their minds are just consumed with sexual arousal.
On what you're saying, remember back in the day, like, you know, you would see them period pieces where, like, if a woman wanted to turn you on, she'd just show you a bit of ankle. Right now, ankles, what's an ankle?
Now
It's
you
like-
want to see inside.
No, but like, real talk here, us lot in the West, we just don't know what it's like to not be in that kind of bodily condition. Don't. And it corrupts your mind, it corrupts the way you interact, and everything becomes a sexual interaction.
Yeah, yeah.
Being on like a constant type of stress, bro. You just
It is.
because of the body, like.
But it's just, remember, you get a shot of dope. You obviously kind of have a contact. You know what I
And
mean?
you can't even go to the gym now.
Yeah.
To the gym's hella sexualized.
The gyms are gross.
The gym is everything. It's everything.
Bro, it's like everyone's seen the women. It's like you might be in the gym, past on our way into the gym already.
But it-
He's out there.
They put in the leggings, the gym leggings,
Gym leggings,
yoga pants everywhere. But it's by design.
Hmm.
It's all by design, man. And it brings debauchery. It lowers your vibration. You know, that's why the scripture said, "Mortify your members, man."
This is Romans 8:5 on down says, "For they that are after the flesh do mind the things that are of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit the things of the spirit. To be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, but it's not subject to the law of the Most High. Either
So then, when they lower your vibration, when all you're thinking about is sex, arousal, and that stuff, man, it just brings wickedness at the end of the day. Debauchery and all the things that we know that adultery, all the things. Most men are fucking themselves up over sex. Man can't even just go work and concentrate on work, and get at the end of the day, just get yourself in problems, and you can't help it. It's true, because as a man, you're gonna be burning in a way that you wouldn't normally be burning. Like, this is insane. This is insane. Like, you've got insatiable appetite because it's just in your face all the time. Whereas it's not supposed to be like that.
much overly pent up burning rate.
Yeah, rage.
Because testosterone actually spikes rate.
Yeah.
Well, man.
It brings a frustration.
Yeah.
It brings a mad frustration. It's all by design, man.
You know, with Samson, man, pick up the gimmick.
Yeah, Esau, the sexual revolution just fucked everything up, man. And now it's true. If you're, and it's worse for the generations after us, because they got the Instagram now. They actually have a lot more access to sexualized images than we do. Because they're on Instagram and thing where we didn't grow up like that. Our sexual images might have been MTV or Page 3. But for a time, you didn't really. But these are, you literally live on Instagram.
I was gonna say,
And that's all their mind is on.
even for the hit puberty, they're still able to just go. They can be like 6, 7, just watching porn. It's like it's not even doing it. It's not even doing anything. Like you're 6, like what it's like man would be watching it just because they can. Someone else at school might have shown them or whatever, and it's available. So it's like when you're that like that, it's like bro, you're ruined. Like you're cooked.
Mine's good.
Like you can't even
Open up God as well. Let's go.
There's no magnesium 6
Greenland to get the rare metals.
You might be in the passport, man, and your passport's mom might have an OnlyFans.
This is hell.
This is hell. Is it? For real?
I'm used to trying to
This is Leviticus 19:29. Do not, it says, "Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of
Yeah, that's what over sexualization and lack of sexual discipline literally ultimately every form of wickedness you can think of. Because that lower vibration, that base level of beastly activity on hyperdrive leads to everything. Violence. It literally leads to impulsivity. No discipline, man. This society is sick, man. It actually is absolutely sick.
That's what we're doing.
But some
These teenagers who turn 18, want to be one. That's what they're trying to be. What you told me, like shape
no.
Yeah,
Oh, man, just want to live in a world.
so they make money. They don't understand the brain the value of the whole life.
Yeah, but that is the value. In this society, that's all that matters. The value of the attention and the money that it can bring. And it's the same thing with the niggas love the hoes.
niggas love.
They love the idea of not having the responsibility because they've destroyed the whole fabric of what it is to the family. They don't want the structure. They've destroyed everything. It's just the sexual revolution. That's what it is. And then now this is what we got, man. We got like kids with no parents.
Kids with no parents. Yeah. Simp ballers that play for Man United.
No. We're not doing that. Simp doing that. He's an Arsenal fan.
Simp ballers that are marrying. What's that bitch name?
What's her name? Tiana Trump.
Tiana Trump.
Yeah.
Bro, this nigga's trying to marry her. There's like 1 million videos of her. Apparently. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, a lot of them
Yep.
doing the same thing. But anyway, let's carry on with the process.
Yeah, I'm finishing. See, Romans 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Lord.
I know sometimes. Yeah.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Lord.
Right, so that's what about coming out of my people type thing, coming out of the mind state that we kind of grew up in this world. Right, this world is nothing but it's just built to corrupt us. Right, so we have to come out of the way things are here, and it's difficult. And if being in the business is a difficult thing to do, but we are told not to conform ourselves to this world, and to depart from the ways of this world. You know, we start conforming ourselves to the ways Yahweh was trying to set for us. So that's what we depart from. That's why we're in captivity today. We're in captivity, right? So it's because of these because we conform ourselves to the other nations, their way to do things, right? So we need to come out of that and go back to the Heavenly Father. Right? Yeah. Now is it good?
In Corinthians chapter 10, Second Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
Yeah, man. Hey, well, that's a spiritual thing. To be in the spiritual battle, the Lord is the one that's gonna
deliver us from the captivity that we're in. And that's the ultimate part of this is that we need and will see deliverance because we're in captivity. Okay? And that's the truth. One that is on top of things, people say, oh, you say that, but that's who's on top of things. Okay? That's oppressing. The nations, that's in Isaiah 13, 14, scripture. So he's the one oppressing everybody. And mainly you Jakes. Okay, that's really what it is. The other nations have had a hand in oppressing as well. A lot of the other nations got deals with these about deals and things like that.
Do you want to put your camera?
Just on that previous point,
Said what?
Do you want to put your camera?
I just feel that.
Okay.
and just on that previous point we was on, man, because we're supposed to be more spiritual now, right? We're supposed to be, knowing these scriptures become more spiritual in the world that is full of carnality. So it's weapons of warfare, not carnal, because we're more spiritual minded. So we know what we're combating. It's not just things in the flesh that we're fighting, all these demons and the devil, fights and shit, popping shit. But also there's a spiritual battle going on that we're always having to resist. So we're going to that being a high sexualized type thing. We're always having to battle these demons that are out here trying to break us down, basically. But yeah, that's just on the previous topic.
Yeah, that's a good point. I did. Yeah. So. Well, let's do. What's that? Well, you read the Ephesians.
Ephesians 16 or 11, and put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shemi Hoshai, that you may be able to withstand against the wiles of the devil.
Intrusive thoughts. That's Satan. You know what I mean? Support, suggestion. That's how it works. Right. That's how, like, and sometimes they don't even know that was suggestive, seductive spirit. You know what I mean? Seducing. What is it?
Seducing spirit.
So that's why they get down. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're battling. Now, if you don't know you're battling, you think that's your own fault. That's crazy. Thinking it's your own thoughts, and that's why when you come into the truth, then that's when you actually start battling Satan. You know you're in a battle. Right, yeah, you understand the spirit realm, the right hand, the left hand, you start understanding that. But the people in the world, they don't understand that, they don't get that. So that's when we talk about stuff like when you come to the truth, catch out. A lot of y'all don't understand. Some of y'all don't even understand that. And that's going into what the brother's talking about how we understand we open up to the bigger picture and what's really going on.
Because they knowledge and wisdom shall be distributed at thy times, right? And it's only through the knowledge of scripture that we're able to see what we're fighting, to know what we're up against. And that's when you're really now locked in. You're not just being, you're not just being taken advantage of for these demons and that kind of stuff. You know what you're up against now. And so you're having to actually act against it, to try and preserve yourself, man, from demons, man.
But when you're in the world, you're not really fighting the demons.
No, you're not. You're just, you think, what is your
fighting
business?
depression, shit like that, different whatever, but actually fighting spirit.
More times they're embracing the demons.
Yeah, that's what the scripture says. At 7 spirits on them. So that's what the truth goes. So that you like brothers certain things like that. But that's in spirit. Also, we're battling spirits, bro. Back, you know what I'm saying? And these spirits where they can also seducing spirits and just all these sins that are being committed, that's the spirit. Any sins you think of it, popped up, that's the spirit. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return.
Right, so it's the truth that makes the unclean spirit come up to person of the brother and stuff like that.
then
We seek rest. But, being in this battle, there's no rest. Because you're always in a fight. It goes to say that the demons, if you give up, basically, the demons come back. Of course. And because you want the easy way out, you want to go back to the ignorance. You want to be my guy Cypher at ignorant. You don't want to be. You just want to go back because it's easier for you to fight that fight. And so we've seen a lot come in the street, duck out and go back into the world because it's too hard for them. Knowing that you're up against these demons is too hard for them. So they give in and just go back to the demons.
Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished.
Yeah, them spirits basically instead of wandering around, they're tormented that they've got ghosts. That's how they operate. So they're like, one more thing I came from that. I was comfortable in that joint. You know what I'm saying? They're the sofa in the brain, the Netflix on. You're watching TV. You're all right. Right, that you know what I'm saying? He's got it's like he's got the like the chariot and the horse and all that. That's you. He's got like this. Your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Wait, you ain't even looking for your own eyes, man.
It says, then goeth he and taketh with him 7 other spirits.
Just so he's like, fuck this, and I'm locking this there.
That's my time.
I'm pouring down the sofas there. Get more sofas in. You get the upgrade, the Netflix subscription. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We've got the snacks, sodas. You know what I mean? You know what shows you that the Gremlin? The name? That's all that was about. It was getting the more chaos the cause, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it says, then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself.
So he gets stronger with it. He said, look, man, he goes up on the team. He goes up and says, look, man. So that proves that when you come to the truth, bro, you're going to have serious demons coming up against you. That scripture proves that as well. It's going to get harder. It's going to get harder because that spirit's got stronger ones than himself. So now you got big, yeah, right. Now you got big boys. Yeah. That four court. You know what I'm saying? That proves the four court look like. Yeah. You know that there was a black bitch and shit. Let's say like she had a problem with her belly. So I get my brothers and he's on the phone. That's what it's like. He made that phone call and the older brothers basically, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, it says 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. And they enter in and dwell there.
And that's why when people fall out the truth, they're always walking stuff out. They can see they're completely whacked out. There's people fall out and got grannies. There's people fall out and start dying their hair. They're pulling down. All sorts of mansions go and spread. All sorts of people fall out and start plucking like chickens. That's some spirits. So no matter what happens, bro, don't fall out the truth. Don't make demons try and make you fall out the truth. Because it's not about them. Now they're going to be just doing what they're doing. You're going to bug out and they're going to laugh at you. See, yeah. I know that you're fucked up. Fuck that. Okay.
Yeah. So 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 20. For if after they escape the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai Mashiach, they are again entangled therein in the things of the world and wickedness, right? And overcome, the latter end is worse for them than the beginning. Let me read it again. Read it slow. Read it slow.
What's going on in the city?
That's habit. That's habit. Habit.
Rat race.
Let me read that again. Right, verse 2 Peter 2 and 20. Right, if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai Mashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness, than after they have known it to turn away from the holy commandment delivered unto them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're saying these guys they end up more bugged out than than they were at the beginning, basically, right? But they got these stronger demons on them. When they bug out to the world, they do all kind of crazy shit like up in that chicken and whatever, okay? Because they left the truth, right? The Most High is punishing you for leaving the truth, right? And like giving you over to these demons that are just now just paying you now, basically.
Yeah.
You know,
Making pollutions and stuff.
yeah.
So let's get that in there. We let
A quick precept.
pollution. Yeah. See what that for the pollutions.
If you're getting
Most I go open up to the pollution, and you understand them, then the pollution will jump out. But I don't know. We don't see what he says.
I'll read this one quickly. Yeah? It's a simple point. Luke 4 and 13. Slow it down.
That's my way of the video.
Luke 4 and 13. And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season. That's when Yahweh Shai got tempted by same as a Matthew 4, but it gives a little more detail that Satan left him tempting him for a season. So when Yahweh Shai will Hebrews the 4th chapter, it tells you that the Lord went through to basically give us a pattern of things we go through, but also to give us, embolden us, to give us hope that him suffering all those things, you basically have the ability to do so as he overcame it before. But Satan tempted him on various different occasions through his ministry. That's why he said to Peter, "Get me behind me, Satan," because that was Satan showing rearing his ugly head again. Saying, yeah, Peter was being sincere, saying, "Oh, that ain't gonna happen." He believed he would, but it's actually going against the spirit. The Lord had to die.
Someone can sincerely put it in the spirit.
Yeah.
And someone can say, that's what it's about. That's what we say. You gotta accept what it is. That's how I feel. That's what we get on prosperity doctrines. Things that just have to happen, prophecy that have to happen. The good and the bad.
And I don't believe that Lord dying led to
I've got some for you.
being adopted back onto the heavenly Father.
Well, like you said, that was Satan with that shit.
Yeah.
That's heavy. You got that?
yeah,
Yeah, and I want to read that also in the NLT. The NL, I call it the NLT. NLT, whatever.
I've got the NLT.
Yeah, I call it.
Yeah, I've got that thing. So yeah, that part in 2 Peter 2 and 20 where it says pollution, right? Greek word is miasma, right, which says that which defiles, defilement, or metaphorically vices, the foulness of which contaminates one in its intercourse with the ungodly mass of mankind. Right? But that's what the demon kind of corrupts you, isn't it? Defiles you, right? Makes you go off and wickedness, right? So
Imagine that people don't know that demons are connected with these wicked and being defiled. They don't go, for example, ladies, what they see parasites, grab a giant crab, and they'll think, oh, that's the church. So it's got to be spirit. We need to do the truth. Look at someone doing that.
It's like, now, if you watch a fucking horror movie, a demon will be eating something like that. You can put that in the movie, you know what I'm saying? And then you could like the demons eating a spider or eating fox. But that is the same thing, and that's what when you get the spirit of the Lord, but you know, back to you gotta be tuned, right? Then you can see that.
Identify it as wickedness.
Exactly. And you know, the demons are like abominations. It's gonna be, you know, wicked things, these are demons. God sacrifice, child sacrifice, demon, that gets them up. That's how they're built to, you know what I'm saying? That's how they got them unclean spirits.
Yeah, hey, if I can say this, that woman that was pushing the crowd, she was just singing Old MacDonald, man, with the oink oink. Unclean spirits. God, there's a lion down. She was saying Old MacDonald. Yeah. Old MacDonald had a farm, she came with an oink oink. She was going oink oink past the camp. He did unclean spirits.
That's heavy, that's super heavy. That's super heavy. That's super heavy. That's the pigs.
NLT. Yep. Okay, this is 2 Peter 2 and 20 in the NLT. Verse 20 says, and when people escape from the wickedness of the world by knowing our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and then get tangled up and enslaved by sin again, they are worse off than before.
Do they? Sorry.
But when people escape from the wickedness of the world by knowing our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and then get tangled up and enslaved by sin again, they are worse off than before. It would have been better if they had never known the way to righteousness than to know it and then reject the command they were given to live a holy life.
That's like basically it's supposed that they give up, and then they get entangled with you get caught in the spider web, entangled. Give up. Then whatever's on that plane, just that's the opposite of being liberated. Which the scripture says liberate the outside. So you entangled, you just under darkness. That's why when you see a nigga get deal, the nigga might be trying to break free, and then what happens? They pay me busy, and the next video they'll say, "Oh, I see they got to him." You see what I'm saying? That's what they said. When they got to him, them spot that she's just trapped back in that spider's web, caught up, entangled. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Crazy.
Preset.
Yeah.
This is Hebrews chapter.
Yeah, I've got some.
Go on. You read yours, bro.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24. Sorry, 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins, but a certain.
Yeah, but where's gonna be how you covered? I'm saying that's what that all that truth. But you know the end of someone that does that is destruction. So so how long? No, that's not. No, the scripture talks about he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. Where you getting saved out of this? You got to endure to the end, man. No matter what happens and what comes up. Okay, the family comes against you, so be it. The world comes against you, so be it. Because they're in Satan, and then they're coming against your salvation. They ain't gonna be safe. They used to test you. Boy, been that. Start seeing the Lord. That's it. What does the scripture say? Salvation shall be in the families. Yeah. So, like your family members, man, they're just there to test you. You know.
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. I told you that.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 28. It says, in fact, let me start from 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in a throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake.
That shows you that they're going to be in the world with liabilities and things of that nature. You know, and then a lot of them trying to pull your ass back into the world. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Trying to pull your ass out of the truth, come into the world. And then what happens then? Then the demons are got you. I'm saying? There's the Animatrix film. That's one of my favorite. There's a scene where Jake trying to stand, that he breaks out of the matrix because he's so fast. You remember that, bro? And then he's trying, every time he's trying to stand up, man, the demon keeps going, sit down. What about the agents? Yeah. They didn't want him standing up like that, you know? And that's it's crazy. Because he said some people break out of the matrix in different ways. He was so fast that he broke about it. Different little, it's one of the dopest things. And then, but he broke out of it. He got so fast, but he snapped something, and he's breaking all the records. But then he snapped, but then had him in a wheelchair. He wanted to get out of that wheelchair.
Even if the nurse like was an agent, the one taking care of him, right, trying to keep the bugs out of the state. But he gets like one of them get to him. It's like he just stands up in the wheelchair.
Jake?
That really shows like someone to get out of the gate, like running, like strong man. That's fucking crazy. But you had it's like he was like, nah, I can't go with it.
Reset.
That's it. There's so many, that animation, the little thoughts, all that different. You ain't watched the Animatrix? I've been meaning to do a video on it for years, but I was loading up this week. Some video. Yeah, if you ain't watched that, they show you from different ways about society. You know, it's the Matrix, but they made an animated version. People are breaking out the Matrix in different ways. You're the one at the start, the one dude's gonna do that. And he's at home, and he's like, his parents are worried about him. It's like locked up, but he come across certain info, and he was talking in the Matrix, the Neo thing, talking to him. When he was in school, man, he went concentrating. And they were like, "You're right." Grades are going down, and he just daydreaming and shit.
So I'm gonna be broke. I want to be a hero. Like that was like
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I want like we'll get data run or something like that. He might be the one, the young guy. The second movie, he's the I can't remember the admonition. Yeah.
Nobody did that? Yeah,
He was a character.
And if you know what he did, he got to top of, he jumped up the building. He believed that he said they made no sense. But, you know, they were showing you something. He got wig, but he was getting them. But he was showing you that. It's more of a faith thing. There's messages and it's not the showing you something. So that's what I believe in the truth. Yeah. When you go die to the world, that's what was happening. He was in school. He couldn't do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? He knew it was bullshit. He knew something deeper than what was going on. So he died to the world. Like basically, that was what it was showing us. Basically,
Hey, well, look what's coming out right now. All this Epstein and all that. We've already been telling people about it. Years, okay, that the sacrifice. But we didn't have it right for Polaroid. Someone doing it.
His hand on the baby.
Right. But that was from faith anyway. That's what I'm saying.
These things have been going on throughout time.
Yeah.
You know, you think this time is any different? You think he's so civilized that he don't do that shit?
Yeah. That part there doesn't make you forget it. You're in a business suit. And you know, what it's all come out against it. It's oppressing people all over the planet. Now you got the vision, politics and the Middle East and all this going on. The people can see it. It's just fucking dumbass country. That's what it's really.
Yeah, okay. This is Jeremiah 49 and 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself."
Most sides put him on display for everyone to see what he is. You know? And it's only gonna get worse. Most are gonna reveal and show more things about him that we already know. The world don't know yet. You know?
Yep, it says, his seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Have another one. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. And the subheading is Lament for Babylon. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne."
And you know what's interesting is that the Lord is referring to America as Babylon. You know, spiritually, Babylon means confusion, and spiritually, the rituals that the ancient Babylonian stuff were doing, that's what they do here. That's what they're doing. They're doing the same rituals. Scripture talks about not sacrificing child to Baal. And it's coming out in some of the emails. But Baal's getting mentioned in the emails. Okay, that's what, you know what I'm saying? So he's been real the whole time. That's what they've been doing. It's a joke, man.
That's what I mean. Even with what's that garden, the place they go to? They said you can hear even road. Right? They have these idols there. They, you know, Molech and they have them.
Yeah.
Why do they have them? They're not using them.
It's always in these remote places. Why is that? Because the general public are just they're slaves. You know, that attack of occultism for it's them and their power and their private progressive people are just slaves. And the way to control them is for them to not know anything. They believe in the system. Basically to keep them as lab rats, basically. But none of you make it out the trap. The only way to make it out the trap is you gotta get approached by them, you gotta get brought in by them. Alright?
Because earlier on, you said that rat race, man. So when you're in that rat race, people ain't got time to do anything else. It's just work. They ain't got time to look into what's actually happening, right? They ain't got time to really try to get themselves in a better place because Esau's just got people working, man. You know, the slaves at the job.
Yeah. The international bank corporation, they're not in the rat race. They're not doing it. But that's right. That's what they do. Keep it. You know, they need to study and shit, and all that. You know, witchcrafts and the elements and things that basically some of the stuff we talk about is the stuff elites they think about. So when you go to the average person about certain things, the chariot, I don't know about that. That's just a dumb big puppet. You don't even know what's going on. You don't even know about the leaders. You don't know nothing. Just work hard. Just keep it on that same level. You're just tired. Yeah, go ahead.
Obadiah verse 6. How are the things of Esau's first out?
Yeah, what are they really getting up to? What are they really doing? Why they got everyone working hard, stop, trapped for nothing? Working hard and shit. And you should get paid. No, just for right. Well, they're thinking and solely and planning and stuff. It's part of one of the Illuminati plans for the Albert Pike's the Three Wars led to Black and Mazzolini was saying, right? About exploring space. That's an Illuminati agenda plan. Do that now. It's known that we and her husband all look to telescopes at the sky. They're obsessed with chariots. They're obsessed with space. And that's part of Esau's confidence. Scriptures got in there. He sits in the temple of the Most High, saying he sets his nest amongst the stars. He's into all that. So they give him everyone the big.
It's focused on trying to, go beyond the Most High.
Why they tell people, oh, there ain't no Most High, that doesn't exist. That basically they've told people to make people look at the robot. A complete NPC robot. Don't think nothing else exists. Just this, just where materials go back. Right.
Done. That's it.
Yeah.
Come to about a quick
And that's what the mark of the beast is about. They want to physically make people perpetual slaves. So when you signed up to that covenant of death, that's a covenant of death. You completely signed up to say, I'm a perpetual slave, because we saw them with contracts. Everything's that's a contract.
Yeah.
You signed up, I'm a perpetual slave. Look at the typed up. It'll say,
They that consent unto it.
digital.
I give you consent
Right.
to fuck me over continuously. How are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Eden and understanding out of the mount of Esau?
Now, the scripture says, is this the man that made the world? The Lord is flip it all over. Esau's going to be lifted, setting. And I'm sure spirits are speaking about that. Esau's going to be lifted prophetic soon, real soon. Start the process, started now. All this is coming out against them. Really, it's exposing. Okay? It doesn't matter if the leaders say, well, we want to expose ourselves to. That don't matter. You're still being exposed. Your tongue shall fall against yourself. Exactly. Before you can come back reincarnated and written and told you. Doing that, you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Musa make you do that. Oh. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's really going on. It's been exposed. That's where the fucking end, bro. This is the end again. Right? All this kind of stuff we're speaking about is in normal fucking social, is in the news. It's just normal right now.
Yeah, every news station, every online site,
Right.
every comment section on every social media site is currently discussing what, when Pizzagate was happening. Like, oh, your praise. They were insane.
Yeah, my old
Mainstream.
my old colleague messaged me the other day. I was like, yeah, seems like all that pizza stuff was true. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, you just had Keir Starmer. And
Yes. Come on. Those that praise me. Okay. Right. Come on, man. This is, Lord, this is, let's get Thessalonians. That's it. That's that. That's First Thessalonians.
Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed.
Read it from the start.
Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1. It says, Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letters as from us, as that the day of Yahushua is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Yeah, let no man deceive you, let the elites deceive you, let the family deceive you, bogged out other organizations deceive you. Let the Lord, this is the Lord. Okay? All you people that fell out and you was deceived, a lot of y'all sitting there right now, doing up to you. Okay? Read on.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
So even back then when the Lord was on the scene, it wasn't the time for them to be delivered at that time. So there was going to be a lot happening, a lot of spiritual, a lot of history, the Middle Ages, the Renaissance, and stuff like that. Okay? Esau was actually going to come back to power. Jacob was going to go into power. If Esau was going to come in, like, Esau was going to come back in. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got today. You done?
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition,
Right.
who opposeth and exalteth
We'll
himself.
go into it right.
Right? It says, except there shall come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And Esau is that man of sin. You know, and he's being revealed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai here in these last days. Okay, and you know, we did follow what the scripture says, thou shalt discontinue from the heritage that I gave thee. This is the only captivity that we've been in where we didn't know who we were as a people. You know, because when we was in Jerusalem, the southern kingdom, you had some of the northern scattered among them, like Anna the prophetess, you know, but you know, we didn't know who we was a people after that. You know, we went into the transatlantic slave trade and so on and so forth. It was punishable by death, you know, if we were reading the Bible. You know, if we were reading, period, you would learn it, nigga. You know, you getting whipped.
That's it.
You know, little Jody got punished for breaking eggs. We've been seeing Django and that. 12 years a slave. That's what happened to us, man. So we fell away. We discontinued from our heritage. It says,
say one point as well, bro. But this is Paul speaking about this somewhat 2,000 years ago. So he spoke about the son of perdition being revealed. Back then they didn't know that the son of perdition was the Romans. This is science a long time coming. So we witnessing the whole Esau Edom last days. We deal. Because now this is our salvation coming in. This guy is the same devil going back. That's why it said in the book of Revelation, they spoke about, you know, that old serpent. Going back to this, how long this guy's been troubling us from the fucking garden, the blessed garden. Think about that. How many fucking millennia this guy's been tormenting us. And now he's being set up on a pedestal to basically, you know, get the strobe light on him, the limelight, and then be shown before all that this guy is a devil. And the world is gonna see before his eyes, and he'll never be anything ever again.
Sure.
It's a beautiful thing what we're witnessing right now.
precept on that.
Fine.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord, Yahweh, or Hashem Yahushai's right hand, shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spirit shall be upon thy glory. You know, so this man is getting ashamed through the spirit. He's being revealed. You know, the man of sin is actually being revealed. The Epstein files, all of that stuff that we've been saying for years is actually it's out in the open now. You can just go on mainstream media, and the prime minister has apologized. We apologize. I didn't know he was on the fire. I didn't know.
He likes it. He likes it.
They redact any files. That's deep. So they're trying to hide their shame still, and then people going.
That's right.
Spirit, man. The spirit of the Father against it. Prophecy being fulfilled. It says Luke said that. He said that he's going to fall like lightning. Yeah. Can't pull it rapid. Yeah. So it's dumb. Like lightning.
The African farmer, the security service told you not to hire him, but you still chose to do it. It's like, yes, I want to ask you, but you tell you did it, and you told me no, so I took it.
Through. Yeah, and they're making it seem like Starmer ain't in there somewhere, man.
That's what I said. I was like, bro, he was probably in the seat next to him.
Exactly.
Like, he bounced from that lap to his lap.
And I go to Brian vouch for him. He's a decent.
See the picture of his Andrew.
Yeah.
It's like coked up.
You could get away from me.
You know.
I have you now.
Guy, man, Danny.
Yeah.
He's like he's a legitimate son. Epstein.
Good back in.
This is Luke chapter 8, verse 17. But there is nothing secret that shall not be made manifest.
And it's why the scriptures, man, the spirit of the Lord was being revealed through the prophets. Right? But obviously, as the time goes on, more and more shame, more things are coming out about this devil. And it's about to paint the whole picture, we've been telling you. It's about to paint the whole picture, man. You've been slow to kind of pick up this kind of thing. Like, they've always known he's the devil. Right. But how much of the devil has he really been? You're about to get how dark is it? You know what I'm saying? How dark does it get? Yeah, you're about to find out all that stuff, man, because it's all written in the scriptures for us, you know. You already understand what this devil is. But you're about to see it. You're about to see how dark it gets.
Yeah. And we get to say, well, we told you so.
Sir.
You know? We done told you this for years. Like, we told you he was a dirtbag. You know?
Don't fit the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Just read about when I've seen. Sin being fulfilled. That's the nature of it.
Yeah.
Yep. Not all humble and because they're old and decrepit. If you want to apply, these guys, kids, feces, stay looking. Yeah. So you see certain devils, they look old. Strength to fly. You know what I'm saying?
It's still going, bro. You know what I mean? But that's some of that witchcraft that they involved in. You know? That's what they really about, the witchcraft. You know, that's why you get all these Epstein type things, because that's really what it is. It's the witchcraft that they're doing. They ain't talking about that part of it, but that's what all that stuff is.
About science as well. It wasn't just an island. They're doing it because they're trying to do experiments. He's sort of intelligent search. That's a scripture that does a diligent search to seek out all things. He's trying to find the elixir of life. How do you find that out? The watching, doing all that.
So they
sexual magic. No, they think they're going to get the talents.
They think there's a way to usurp or get around the wrong side of the way, how he does things, how he does stuff. He thinks there's a way around it. He can achieve eternal life through this lifetime means. Can't be done. Can't be done. That's why you're going to go outside.
Even that, was it David Rockefeller that died, the 6 heart transplants?
So
David Rockefeller, 6 heart transplants. How many? Who else you heard of having 6 heart transplants?
we're trying too much.
Where did you come from?
Brother's still looking for donors. One donor right now. You might get 6 transplants in a month.
So the money talks to us.
You keep finding these heartless corpses. What's going on?
Good eye.
Then they do that stem cell as well. Yeah, take the DNA,
Well, now that,
water feces, and use it as a
yeah, now they're growing organs and shit. You know, that type of shit.
it's a big market.
Well,
Yep. And it says, just finishing this verse off, it says, for there is nothing secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
so redact what the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm.
What was I gonna put it all out there, man? You know, like I said, we've been putting out into the scriptures, right? And you're gonna see truly what the devil really is, man. Yeah, and ain't no matter redacting and kind of hiding the history. It's gonna help all of that. But you're gonna tell you plainly what it is. You know, that's it, man. Still gonna reveal some, holding completely at some point.
Precept. Yeah, this is Luke 12 and verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and neither hid that shall not be known.
Yeah. All right, bro. Catch you, brothers, next week.
Next time, man. I'll show you. I was showing you some of the dash.